This is The Wheel Weaves, a Wheel of Time podcast with no spoilers. Hey everyone, I'm your host Annie, and I'm the first-time reader going through this series chapter by chapter. As always, there's no spoilers past the chapter we're covering, and that means it's totally safe for first-time readers. I'm joined by my co-host Brett, who's a longtime fan, and he's guiding me on this journey. We'd like to thank and acknowledge our executive producers, Brandon and Kirkwood, Sean McGuire, Yanis, Albert Lorenzo, Lifelinded Fool, Davis Ferreira, and Kristen Gilreath. Before we get into things today, we just want to thank and welcome Dale Henriksen and Megan Nishi to the Wheel Weaves Patreon team. Thank you so much for your generosity and your support. We really, truly couldn't do this without you. In this episode, we're talking about Chapter 35, the final chapter of Winter's Heart.
Yeah, we're here, we made it, and it's called The Cleansing, but it's not actually.
But it should be.
It's with the Choedan Call.
Yeah.
But it's The Cleansing, we made it here. And not only that, we have a special guest.
Yeah, we do.
In studio.
In studio.
Yep.
In basement.
In basement studio.
Here we go. Welcome, Tyler.
Oh, I wasn't sure if it was me because you said it was a special guest.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, remember how the last time we said, hey, Tyler's coming on. And then we kicked you off.
Then it was Spencer. And apparently Brett had to make some big promises.
Which was this.
This is a big
the
promise.
Yeah.
I had one leverage point and I used it.
You're like, actually, sure. I'll change episodes.
Yeah, I know. It's like, oh, dang. Missed out on that one, but I guess I'll take this one.
Yeah, no, this is going to be really fun. This is
I gotta
full
say,
party.
People can't see this right now,
Yeah.
but you are the most prepared that I've ever seen you.
I prepared. I made cue cards.
There's a freaking murder board.
No, a prediction board.
Yeah.
A real prediction board for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
An actual one.
You have cue cards,
I have
color-coded.
cue cards. I felt like I was studying for an exam.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you
Yeah.
knew like teacher was coming, so you got your extra witness here to be like,
Oh,
oh
yeah.
wow, yeah, look at all the stuff she did, everyone, for sure.
No, I did. I did.
She totally did, everyone.
Especially considering there are 20...
21.
Well, yeah, I
technically.
didn't know if the narrator counted.
Of course it counts.
Okay, so there are 21 POVs.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because fun fact, usually I do the perspectives in the second last and then the chapter symbols in the last. I had to switch it because we're adding 21 perspectives, so asking you about perspectives before getting to an extra 20 is not really fair.
No, this was so good. So this was an emotional roller coaster for me.
I just want to put it out there, and I don't know why you did it yet.
Yeah.
You threw your book.
I did. More like I flipped it in the air. Like I was so upset.
Yeah.
I had to flip the book.
And the thing is, I don't know why you flipped it yet. There's a few things that could have
I really do love this chapter, but I also really hate it.
There's a lot of things that
I was so angry.
They come to light.
Mostly because I don't like being wrong.
Fair.
And there are a lot of moments in this chapter that are going to go on the wrong side of the prediction board. But there are also some moments that are redeeming that I get to go on the right side. So just so everybody's prepared for what's going to go on this evening with the prediction board.
Yep.
So there is a right side of the prediction board, which is actually on the
left. Yeah.
And there's a wrong side of the prediction board.
On the right,
And then all of the predictions that we learn about this episode or this chapter are on sticky notes at the bottom. So as we come to them, we get to pick a sticky note and put it on either side.
Do a shot. Oh, yeah, no, okay.
Yeah. Okay. I have a question because you do have colors.
Yeah.
Is it color coded?
It started that way.
But not anymore.
Yeah,
okay.
So the green sticky notes are for sure Forsaken predictions.
Oh, okay.
The rest of them are all sort of...
Yeah, medium.
Others.
I like it.
Yeah, there's red and orange, other ones, but, yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Should we get into things?
Sure.
Start us off with a fun fact. We got to do some guessing here, so... we got to talk perspectives.
For perspectives.
Yeah, we got to talk perspectives. It's the last, and we're done Winter's Heart. We made it here. I mean, Tyler, you can be involved in guessing, too. I don't know if you, study the perspective changes, but...
Like in all my spare time?
Exactly. You only got 2 kids, right? It's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, so we had 35 chapters and a prologue in Winter's Heart. Now, we had unique point of views, and we have total point of views. Obviously, the total point of views went up by 21 this chapter.
Yes.
A lot more.
Mm-hmm.
But any guess from you, Danny, on the number of unique perspectives we saw this
Is that individual people?
Exactly. Like characters. Who do we see a perspective from this book? How many people?
17.
Okay. Not a great guess. No, I gotta say, it's
Oh.
not your best.
I'm going 47.
52.
Worse. Getting worse.
Oh,
Smack in the middle, 29.
29.
You need point of views. Okay. By Price is Right rules, Danny, you win.
I did, yeah.
Okay.
Originally. Forget the other thing I said.
Total point of views. How many perspectives did we see this book?
Ooh.
87.
Okay.
86.
No, that's the worst for Price and Race rules.
That's not how you do it. You should have said 1.
Oh, you say 1.
You say 1.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, or like 88.
Or 88. I haven't watched Price is Right in a long time.
It
shows, yeah.
All right, so you're
No,
both
let
wrong.
me try. Oh, okay.
You have to both guess again because you're both
okay.
wrong.
Can I go first?
Sure. You're struggling with this, so yeah, go.
Was that high or low?
Well, it was high.
Oh, it was
by
high.
Price
Okay.
is Right, then
No. Oh,
yeah,
got
okay.
it. Okay.
Really haven't watched it. Okay, anyways. Guess again, but lower.
Okay. 54.
Okay, good guess.
55.
Nice, there you go. Tyler, you win. 73.
Okay.
Total point of
I
views.
understand the game now.
Okay,
Yeah.
now we get it. You'll
Yeah.
be ready for next book. It's not like we've done this. Okay.
She never had competition, though.
Now, the interesting thing, I do want to talk a little bit about the perspectives we see in Winter's Heart. So I want you to guess the number one person we saw the most perspectives from.
Oh, Matt.
Not by word count,
Oh,
by perspectives.
Matt.
That's an important.
Is it Matt?
Okay. It is not.
Okay.
It's not Matt. He's close. Not quite, though.
He's up there.
He's up there. Yep.
Rand?
Rand is number one. We get 11,
Rand.
11 point of views. And he really, in the last chapter, he gets a couple
He
extra.
really, really gets a leg up because, yeah.
Gets a few. He gets like 3 extra. It puts him over because coming in at number 2, tied at number 2, is Matt.
Yeah.
And who?
Elaine?
That's correct.
Ah.
Good guess. Good guess. And then from there, we get a couple. We go down to like 5 from Cadswin and Perrin. And then we get like 3, 2, 1. 2 from a lot of people, especially because of this last chapter too. We get a lot of characters we didn't see before, and then we get double perspectives from. So, the interesting thing about the perspectives, though, is that Rand had the most perspectives, but Elaine had almost twice as many words as he did.
That makes sense.
Yeah, 58,000 words for Elaine versus 31 for Rand. And Matt was at 50,000, so he was also up there.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, are we ready to get into this?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay.
I'm kind of nervous. I'm like excited and anxious. I'm nerve-sighted.
If you do a bad job, we cancel the podcast.
Yeah, it's done.
It's done. We can just end here.
Yeah, which sounds bad.
Well, you know, Rand did it. He won. He killed the Dark One again.
Yeah.
It's good.
Read a prophecy, Danny.
Not
Sheesh.
quite. Okay. So, last time we were here, the Farmatting crew was still in Farmatting.
Mm-hmm.
And Rand walked himself right into a trap. But don't worry, it's not a trap if you know it's a trap.
But
And
then,
spoiler, it went poorly.
because it was a trap.
And
Yeah.
he didn't prepare
No.
properly.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's it. That's
Yeah.
what happened.
Yeah. And, they got captured.
Yeah.
That was the thing. That's where we
They got captured and seriously injured.
and then Cadswin bailed them out.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not a trap if you know it's a trap and prepare for it.
and like know what
You
the
just
trap
forgot about
is.
that
Well,
part.
and
yeah.
know who set the trap.
There's a lot of he missed a lot, and Lan and Nynaeve are
Yeah.
equally responsible for this terrible.
Yeah.
You know. Okay. Anyways.
Nynaeve was just happy to be included.
Yeah. That's fair.
Really. She
Yeah.
was like, you want me to come too? And then they get there and they're like, you wait over there. And she's like, I thought I was coming in with you.
Yeah.
And that was part 1 of the trap going bad, I think, actually.
I would bring the lady who can channel in this city with me. I would bring her.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Anyways. But that's not what we're here to talk about.
No.
We're here to talk about.
Chapter 35.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. With the Choedan call.
Yeah, nailed it.
The chapter symbol is the Aes Sedai symbol.
Makes sense.
So there we go. And we're going to enter in our first perspective is a Rand perspective.
Yeah, we do.
So here's what I'm going to do going forward. Because
Okay.
we have 21 perspectives.
It's a lot. Yeah.
On my cue card, I have a very brief summary of what happens in the perspective,
Okay.
which I will read, and then we can discuss the important
Oh man. Okay.
noteworthy
The implications.
things.
Okay. I wish you prepared me for that.
Does that work for you?
I will go with it. I'll go with it. Okay.
I did. I told you that.
Not okay, but sort of, but not really.
I literally 20 minutes ago when I was like, look, I made note cards. Here's what we're going to do.
Yeah, no, that's cool. It's cool. We'll make it work. It's fine.
What do you mean? That doesn't work for you?
Yeah, no, it's
We're
fine.
going to have to go through every sentence? No.
Is that an option? Okay.
I usually read every sentence before we start. Do you not keep that in?
Well, no.
Oh.
Slowly and poorly out loud. Okay.
Wow.
And honestly, there are several moments in this chapter, surprise, surprise, I was really eager to get to the interest,
Sure.
to get to what was going to happen, and I missed a few things.
Okay.
Inevitable, yeah.
But I did read this chapter 4 times.
Nice.
I had
like
to.
it.
So
Okay.
now I really have a grasp, I think, on what's going on.
I have an explanation too, and it's interesting because we can break down exactly the physics, if you want to call it that, behind the cleansing. Mm-hmm. Because, and I'm okay with this because RJ also did interviews on explanations of what he was meaning to happen.
Ah, okay,
Yeah,
interesting.
so I can give you like a
Yeah, because
an
my brain is
explanation.
really bad at visualizing
Yeah.
things.
Yeah.
So, enter a Rand perspective. The Farmatting crew leaves Farmatting, and we get a shocking order for the guards from the councils.
Yes, the 13 of them. Yeah.
Do you want to talk about that now?
Sure, let them go. Don't tell anyone they were here. Burn the list, burn the names when they're gone.
Don't check the peace bonds.
Don't check the peace bonds. We're
That's
letting
one
them go.
way to get out of this.
Go
I
away.
was like, oh no, we're in such hot water with these cut peace bonds.
You
Nope.
were very worried about it.
Yeah.
Like, how are we getting the sword out? Do we have to leave it behind? What's gonna happen? It's like, no,
Yeah.
they're just
Yep.
okay. You can go now.
Yeah, someone did some good negotiating at some point here
Yeah.
behind the scenes.
Well, yeah, and then
Or
I was
threatening.
Well, I was also very concerned about the implications of the council learning that channeling can happen in Farmatting.
Yeah.
And I thought there was going to be all this like
Fallout.
fallout
Yeah.
and uproar and all this stuff going on. Turns out
Not now.
they're just going to keep it secret.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not ready for it.
Nope. Nope.
And that probably
Sweep that right under the rug.
Exactly,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's probably for the best for everyone involved right now too. Let's say even the people leaving. Like, we should move on.
Yeah. We don't get a lot about Farmatting in particular, but it seems like a big part of their power base is based around the idea that the people in charge can keep them safe from channelers.
Yeah.
So
and everything falls apart.
which is why Catherine can walk in and be like, I'll tell everyone.
Yeah.
I don't even care.
Yeah.
I didn't even give a fuck.
Give me what I want.
Yeah.
Okay, also, we learned that Rand is steel because of being in the cell.
Yeah. So that is probably going to have some implications. Maybe not immediately, but he's doing worse than he was before coming into Farmatting.
For sure.
And
And
Min
he's
can
like,
tell.
I'm glad that happened.
Hmm. I learned, and whenever Rand has his secret smile, that's probably bad because he's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm smiling, and everyone knows I'm smiling, but it's only for me why I'm smiling. That's the thoughts of a crazy guy. Anyways.
Yeah, it's like the third, fourth, fifth book in a row where it ends with Rand doing this crazy smile with his dead eye saying,
Yeah.
that was great! I'm doing great! Everything's fine!
Yeah.
Okay, so we get out of the city. Rand uses Sidene to find buried Kalendor, which
Yeah.
he just like buried in a hole
It's really funny because
outside of the city.
you were asking about Calendar, like you said a couple episodes ago. You said, "Where's Calendar?"
I did? That was smart.
You did, and I just had to kind of be like, I don't know, where is it? What did he do with it?
Yeah.
He buried it,
Okay.
and now he.
Well, now we found it.
Yeah, because he did a nice little weave,
Yeah.
so he can find it. So it's smart,
Smart.
but he has it again.
Yeah, okay. So now what we're going to do, the plan, is to gateway to Shatter Logoth to cleanse the taint by linking with Nynaeve and using the Choedan Cal. That's
Yeah.
so bad.
Two for two.
Anyway, that's what's happening. Everyone, including Luce Theron, thinks this is crazy.
I mean, if one of those guys, like one of the people in this group of people who thinks it's crazy, if Luce Theron thinks something's crazy, you're probably doing fine. Right?
Yeah, yeah. Don't listen to the crazy guy because he doesn't even know.
He was like, we're gonna crack this world open like an egg.
Yeah.
It's like-
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, you're not going
Like
to use
an
it to
egg.
destroy everything? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, okay, I will point out, though, because LTT's thoughts are very interesting about the Choedan Call, because he specifically thinks he knows that they were built, but he also knows that they were never tried and never tested. And then we also learned that there were multiple access keys, and now there's only the 2 left. So the Choedan Call were built, they were created, they were never used.
Which sounds crazy. Why would you build something this cool and never use it?
Well, maybe a certain, taint need to be wiped off the source, and, the wheel weaves.
Okay.
Same reason, everything else happens in this series.
Okay,
They were
whatever.
built, though, and they were never used, so LTT's like, we don't even know how it's going to work.
Yeah.
That he should be.
Sounds fun. You
Yeah.
know who is excited? 17-year-old Eben Hopwell.
Oh, yeah, that'll be nice.
Now listen,
This is, okay.
it's actually very sad.
It's very sad.
Yeah.
Because he never gets to...
Yeah, he doesn't get to.
doesn't get to.
Yeah, he dies.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jumping ahead. Spoiler, jeez.
Oh, man, okay. A few people
Hopefully
die.
you've read this chapter.
If they're reading simultaneously to listening, we just ruin their day.
Oh my gosh.
You know what, is that... Okay.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so anyway, I had a hard time this chapter specifically.
Sure.
Because depending on whose perspective you're in, these 3 Ashamen are either referred to as their last name
Yeah.
or their first name.
Yeah, that's why you were asking me.
'Cause sometimes-
What's Narishma's first name?
Yeah, sometimes a description as well, which isn't very helpful
No.
either.
Yeah, the
nothing.
old guy.
Yeah.
The old guy is Flynn.
You know, I get that.
Okay.
I do know, and now I know. I
Bells
made
in the
my note.
hair.
I wrote my notes.
Yeah.
And I highlighted and everything.
Yeah.
But
Good.
yeah, it was confusing.
Yeah. Well, at least after today, there's only 2 you have to worry about. Hopwell dies. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So we're on some hilltop just outside of Shadowlogoth.
Yeah.
And I was like, interesting locale. By the end, I kind of get it.
Makes a lot of sense. Yeah. The location is critical.
Clearly.
This is it. It couldn't happen any other place.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And if Samael just happens to still be wandering around in
Boom.
Shadowlogoth,
Now he's for sure
now
dead.
he's
Having
gone.
it's
Well,
a
yeah.
terrible day. Yeah.
Wait, are you gonna finally call him absolutely dead after today? Is Samael gone?
Well, I feel like at this point, if he wasn't,
I'm checking those sticky notes. I'm
either
not...
okay, no, I don't,
I don't
have.
see any
I actually
Samaels
don't
today.
have Samael in the sticky notes. What I do have is in my brain. Samael would be here. Almost everybody's here.
Sure.
You know.
Yeah.
Unless he's in the process of the transmigration or something.
Sure.
You know.
Okay.
We really haven't heard about that guy.
Yeah,
or
but Rand
seen
used a
from
lot of
that guy.
balefire.
Yeah, but like in the general direction, and he might have been gone already.
He's waving it all over the place. Probably hit him. Okay.
I don't know. Samuel's not on my list of things to care about right now.
It's a problem for next book.
That's
Right.
fair. That's fair.
Right. Okay. But what I am going to do is direct your attention to the prediction board.
Okay.
Because I think that we can move the note that says Nynaeve will use the statues with Rand to beat the Dark One.
Okay, yeah.
So this one actually lands me in the middle. I'm going to...
Fair, yeah.
So I did call very early on that
Yeah.
Nynaeve would use these
Yep.
with Rand.
Yes.
But I'm going to put that part
Okay, just the bottom half
over here on the right
Yeah,
with
for
yeah.
right prediction.
yeah.
And then this one over here on the left to beat the Dark One. Because
Fair.
that was after Lanfear was like, together we can challenge the Dark One.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, that's what we're going to use these
Do
for.
that. Yeah.
So Nynaeve, yes, right?
Yeah.
To beat the Dark One?
Yeah.
You know what? If anything, I will also give you like a bonus point because too early in our reading of these books,
Yeah.
is it on there?
Yeah,
You
it
said
is.
that the taint is going to get cleansed.
It did, yeah.
Way too early.
Yeah.
And the first time you said it, I was like, okay.
Yeah. So here's
Yeah.
another sticky I have.
Okay.
It's from, I actually went and re-listened to this. So I tried to find different places where I had said these things because
Sure.
it is all recorded in
Yeah.
our
There's
200 plus
thousands,
Oh my gosh, yeah.
thousands of hours.
episodes.
Yeah.
However, I did find this one, and I said in The Great Hunt,
Mm-hmm.
in episode 218, Egwene will help Rand to not go crazy.
Yeah.
And I was very concerned about Rand going crazy. And Egwene specifically really wanted to help Rand find a way
Yeah, she was working on
to
that.
not go crazy. And so that, I was very convinced that Egwene would help with that.
Yeah.
So we did find a way to help Rand not go crazy.
Not
for
Egwene.
Egwene.
Okay. There
So
you
that's
go.
over there on that
You know
wrong
what? That's
side.
fair. That's fair.
However, a little bit later on, I did say, also Nynaeve too, since she is so strong, Nynaeve will also help with this.
Love it. Love
so
it.
That's,
Okay.
that's a right over there.
You know, you had a moment of weakness a couple of episodes back too, where you thought that maybe Olivia was going to be, because she's super strong.
Yeah.
Let's bring her along to maybe get on top of it. But it's the trust factor. Nynaeve
factor.
still wins.
Trust factor.
Yeah.
Nynaeve is there.
Yep.
Okay, so we're on the hilltop, and Nynaeve gives away her Terangriel to Olivia since she's not
super
going to
jelly.
need them.
She really doesn't want to.
She doesn't want to.
Which is fair because, you know, there's I wouldn't want to give away my magic armor either.
No.
If someone's like, hey, can I have all your magical armor and, like, devices? No. They're mine.
Oh! I forgot that one of them is magical armor.
Yeah.
No kidding.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That's why.
And
okay.
can we
Well,
talk
also
about
because
how
they're magic items.
Yeah, and how bad their plan was before Cadswain came.
It's not,
yeah.
It's
They
not
just like
great.
it was basically no plan.
It was zero plan,
Yeah.
and she was going to keep all the armor, and she was going to be unable to use it all.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Completely.
Yeah.
And if we didn't have the rest of them actually patrolling and guarding and protecting,
It ends up being a decent plan.
a great, excellent plan.
yeah,
Good
like
for
a
Cadswain.
blitz, right? Like,
Yeah.
it was very well done in
Because
the end.
obviously all of the Forsaken showing up think it's going to be a walk in the park,
Weren't ready for it.
and then all of a sudden it's not.
Yeah.
And that's cool.
Yeah. No, good for them.
yeah, it looks like they did a great job.
It looks like it went really well.
Yeah, I was hoping more Forsaken would kick it, but
Right,
you
you
know,
know.
Yeah.
we don't actually know what's happening.
Oh, we know some things.
We know
but-
some things. We
We'll
don't know
talk about it.
others, though. We don't know other things.
That's true. That's true.
We only know some things.
Yeah. So, anyways,
Okay, we understand here that Jahar Narishma gets to hold Calendar.
very cool.
Calendor.
Calendor. Yeah.
Yeah. And then Cadswain gives lots of orders.
Yeah. I will mention about Narishma holding Calendor. He is not guiding the weaves, so
Yeah.
he's in a circle with the two women.
No, I'll get to that.
Yeah, so it's important for the whole don't go crazy. It's a big part of it.
Oh, because he has to be linked with two other
Yeah.
women.
Cadswin had
yes.
warned Rand, like, hey,
Yes,
if you
I
try to
remember.
use
I
it
remember.
without. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So then Nynaeve and Rand link, and they get started, and we learn that Saidin and Saidar are very different, in case you didn't know that already.
They are different.
It's come up a couple
You know,
times.
it's interesting, though. We get somebody who's only ever channeled one side, gets to experience channeling the other side.
Yeah.
And, like, that's kind of cool.
It's a very cool description, and as Tyler likes to say, RJ's flexing in this chapter, in his description.
Writing
Big
flexing.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he's writing Rand's perspective on Saidar and how it's like, oh,
Yeah.
peaceful, different,
Yeah.
and how he has to figure out how to use it.
Yes.
And then Nynaeve's like, oh my goodness, this is terrible.
I hate this so much.
I'd prefer not to have this.
Yeah. Now, the word conduit
Yep.
is used so many times
Yeah.
that I started doubting myself.
Okay.
Because I truly, when I read it for the first time, I was like, I know what that is.
Conduit.
I definitely know what a conduit is. That's
Yeah.
something I know, and that's vocabulary I have.
Yeah.
And then the more times it was mentioned, I was like, this is pretty important. I should probably make sure I actually know what
Yeah,
this is.
it's a hose.
Basically,
So the
yeah.
easiest way to explain the...
Yeah.
Oh, I looked up the definition if
Sure,
you want
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Okay.
Well, I was going to say, like, okay, the easiest way to explain how Rand cleanses the taint from Saidin is imagine Saidin as the gas tank of the Dark One's jalopy. And he's got, like, a lot of garbage gas in the gas tank. Rand siphons the gas out of the Dark One's shitty old car into the bucket that is
Shatter
Shatter
logo.
Logoth.
Uh-huh.
The hose is made of Saidar, and Saidin goes through the hose into Shatter Logoth.
Well, no, and
Problem solved.
actually, kind of.
Yeah.
It gets and there's another level of complication here, Brett.
There's no more complication.
No.
Rand siphons.
So, but with the power that he had using Choedan Call and the ability that he was gained with that, he had to imagine a jalopy existed
Yeah.
Right.
with
True.
a fuel tank.
Yeah.
When it didn't.
Yeah.
And then siphon from that. So
Yeah.
he had to alter reality.
Sure.
Because
That's basically what I said.
there isn't just a sea of side R, side N that you can siphon off.
Yeah.
He had to imagine a sea into existence
And
using the
connect it.
power.
There you go.
And then siphon it.
You two are
It's-
talking a language I literally don't understand.
And the Dark One's like, hey man, that's my jalopy, get away from it.
I like my disgusting gas. So a conduit is a channel for conveying water or liquid. It's a tube that acts as a channel for transmission
Yeah.
of something.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah. Yeah, we're
Good.
nailing this
No,
right now. It's good.
Yeah, I just needed to make sure for myself.
Yeah.
I
It's
was
very
I was
very
like,
literally.
wait a
yeah.
minute.
I mean,
Yeah.
but it's very literal, like Rand is siphoning the gas out of the gas tank.
Well, no, he's siphoning
The
the
taint.
taint off of Sidar, like
So
the
he's like-
oil slick.
He's pumping it through, and,
Yeah.
and the way a
I would
siphon works
actually
is once it
prefer
keeps
you
going
to
through.
say that he's siphoning the oil slick off of the
okay.
pond
Yeah.
so the duckies can swim.
There you go.
And not go
Yeah.
crazy.
And
Yeah.
then once you get it going enough with a
Yeah.
siphon, once you get it going, then it's going to continue on its own
Got-
because gravity.
Right. Yep.
That's how it works out of a gas tank.
Is it gravity?
Kind of.
Yeah,
Is
more
it-
or less. Yeah,
It's
a little bit of
it's
gravity,
a
little bit
different
of
force.
physics.
It's not
Yeah,
gravity. Yeah,
it's for sure.
it's like
something
air
different.
pressure.
And it's like you got to have the one
Anyway,
side lower than the other
my
side.
note says he shoves Sidene into Sidar, which sounds kind of
It's
Okay,
exactly
yeah,
what it
that's
sounds
yeah,
like.
but
Okay,
it sounds
yeah.
kind of dirty.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it does.
Yeah.
Have you seen the map of
Yeah.
Carval?
Have you
Yeah.
read Robert Jordan?
Yeah. Well, anyways, that's the end of this perspective.
There we go.
Well, one thing I wanted to say that I found kind of interesting is Catsway mentions like when this pops off, like people are going to be able to see this maybe from
The other side of the world.
yeah, she's a flat earther, baby.
Yeah.
She doesn't know.
No, she says feel it, doesn't she? Or does she say they'll see it from the other side of the world?
Well, she says
No.
basically like there is no globe. Like she says that they'll be able
she
to.
does not.
She does.
I think she
I'm
says
not even
that
gonna
they'll
check that. I'm
feel
just
it,
gonna
like
go
they'll
with
know it's happening on the other side of the world.
I don't know. I don't think that anyone who knows that the world is a globe would think that though. Just
Or-
saying.
I would.
Catswin's an elf. There you go.
Is a what?
Is an elf from the Lord of the Rings.
Oh,
The earth is flat for the elves of the Lord of the Rings.
Oh,
that
yeah.
is true.
There
Weird.
you go.
Well, now we have to take a shot.
Yeah, I did it. Because we're going to do the cleansing. We're going to do it.
Okay.
Let's get some taint.
There you go.
Ew.
What do you call alcohol? I don't know.
Okay, fine. And now I can say that the councils of Farmatting kept it secret and safe.
Nice, they did.
Yeah.
They did.
I wasn't going to before. I wasn't ready, but here we go.
Yeah. Cheers to the cleansing.
Yeah.
All right.
To the cleansing.
That was very full.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
I told you, yeah, it smells better than it tastes right now because it's very old vodka.
And
Yeah.
the bubblegum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who'd have thought pre-buying 2 cases 4
Just
years
one.
ago?
It was one case.
It was one case.
And it was more
It
than
was-
4 years ago.
It was a long time ago.
Oh, it was
We're
being
even-
discontinued.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What were we to do?
Wonder why.
Oh, gosh. Have I told you I hate you recently? Because,
I think that was the last time I guessed it. maybe.
yeah.
Basically, every time we see you, it's...
Okay, now, before we move on, Brett wants to continue to talk about
I
the
do.
cleansing.
Okay, no, not the cleansing. About Rand. I like Rand, so I think he's smart.
Yeah.
And he has come up with this. He's figured out a way to cleanse Sidene.
Sure, yes.
He did. Like he straight
For
up.
sure.
He's
Yep.
figured it out.
Mm-hmm.
So the interesting thing is he thinks that there's a balance on the two sides of the power, but the taint on the male half has its opposite twin too, and the wound given him by a Shamael throbs in time with the taint, while the other, from Fane's blade, beats counterpoint in time with the evil that killed Eridol. So he figured out, based on his side wound, that the two evils were fighting each other, and he's figured out if he can shove all of the taint from Sidene into Shadar Logoth, they should cancel each other out. That's what he's figured out here. And it all
Okay.
stemmed from Fane stabbing Rand in the forest.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
That's actually when we started to see Rand think to himself, I'm kind of coming up with a plan here. I'm starting to figure it out, but I gotta do a little more thinking.
Yeah, it's like the Mr. Burns theory of healing kind of thing.
Invincible.
Yeah.
To shove everything
Yeah.
through the
If
door.
you have every disease,
Yeah, none of
not
them
one
can
could-
get through.
Exactly,
That's right.
yeah.
Invincible, you say.
yeah, I guess he could have thrown it through a waygate too.
You know, there's other options, but this is the one he went with, so
Yeah.
let's go with it.
I like this one a lot. The other thing I like is Rand learns how to use the female side of the source basically in 10
3
seconds.
seconds?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. This thing that
I
people go to
gotta
school
do it.
for.
Nynaeve told me to do surrender,
To be
but I
fair-
really don't want to. It's hard.
To be fair,
but I
Rand-
did it.
Yeah.
Rand and Nynaeve, they start planning it out while Katsuin is like getting people into groups. Like,
Well, no,
there's
they
some time.
started planning this out in Camelin, and they've been in Farmet. Like they've been traveling together and
Yeah.
probably talking about this plan.
True.
Not just right here on this hill.
Not the plan, but like the learn. So I'm just saying, like
No,
there might
I
be more
think
time.
that Nynaeve told Rand about how it works.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
all
Like,
theoretical.
Before this.
Yeah, I agree with
moment.
that.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree with that.
All
But
right.
then he just did it like there was no risk is the weird thing to me when that
Yeah.
is not how it is handled at any other point for like anyone learning. Like it's always
Yeah.
like surrender, but don't lose yourself. Like there's so much coaching
yeah.
that goes on and then Rand's just like, ugh, this
Can we
is weird
put
and
some
boring.
of that on LTT helping out though? Because like LTT channelers of the Age of Legends clearly linked together, so they would know how to do all this stuff.
Yeah,
Rand's never linked with a woman before and done this,
Yeah.
but
Lutheran
LTT
has.
maybe he's helping out.
that's
Maybe.
true.
Yeah.
He's got the cheat sheet,
He's like
little
the
bit.
and he's a good student,
And
obviously.
also, he's not brand new to channeling altogether.
That's true. That's true. He's really not.
And they do have these Terengrill, which are a buffer, so he
They help.
can't like burn
You
himself
can't
out.
you can't mess it up that bad, so
Yeah.
there's like
Yeah.
less risk, so
Yeah.
it's okay.
Okay,
Okay, yeah.
are you ready
To switch perspective,
for Elza?
Elza.
Are you gonna edit in like a cool noise every time we change perspectives, or?
Oh, don't put that on me. There's 20 of them.
Yeah.
I can just make a noise.
Are we taking? Are we,
Yeah, that
No.
if you could do
Yeah, yeah.
that, that'd be cool. Because then I don't want to edit in.
Should we go refill our
noises.
drinks
I don't
20
know-
times?
I don't want to
can
hear
go
it
drink
21
faster.
times. Yeah.
No, well, that's okay. That's just fine. Okay, do it. It's Elza's perspective.
Perspective switch.
Oh, good one. Okay, that's fine. I like that.
Keep it simple. I got to do it 21 times.
Oh yeah, and now I'm gonna take that
the
audio
same every time.
and I'm gonna plug that in to every time in the future.
Oh, people are gonna hate that.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna do it.
Let's wait for the
That's
reviews,
also
babe.
a
Let's
lot
wait
of-
for the reviews before we say it's going to be terrible.
Well, they're gonna hear it 20 more times.
Exactly. This is a soft launch of
Okay.
the perspective switch noise.
All right, so Elza,
Yep.
we learn, is one of the Aes Sedai who swore to Rand. At first, I did not know who this was.
Oh, come on.
I'm telling you.
I've pointed her out, and the way she was super weird about she was the one who was the weirdest in her pledge
Is
to
that
Rand.
the one who prostrated herself?
Yes, she was the weirdest one, and I kept
Oh.
pointing it out because I wanted you to remember.
Yeah, but I
Elza.
didn't remember her name at all. I
Okay.
should have. Because what I really want her to do is let it go.
Exactly.
Let it go. Nope.
But
Okay.
turns out she didn't, and she's a dark friend. So that's
Oh, my
Oh,
gosh.
no.
She did sort of let that go.
well, you
Yeah.
know.
Because she was compelled, which we'll get to.
That
Okay.
perfect girl is gone?
Yes, certainly is. The cold never bothered her.
Anyway.
So also, is she green, Aja? I think we get that she's a green.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so the biggest part of this perspective is we learn who is linking with who
Yeah.
and where they're going.
I got the teams. If you want,
I got the teams.
You got the teams.
It's color coded,
Okay. Oh, nice. Okay. Okay.
and then also a map.
Okay.
Map is a loose
There are cue
term.
cards.
Yeah.
It's a map. It's definitely
That's
this is-
more of a map than she's ever made.
It's more of a map than you made.
Oh,
It's like a thought bubble.
No. It's clearly a map.
Okay,
Anyway,
yeah.
okay. I didn't draw a hill. Is that the problem? There's no hill?
There's no terrain.
Rand and Nynaeve are in the middle.
And then there's group 2,
Where's
3,
the
4,
forest?
and 5
Where's
around
the forest,
it.
I'm
Danny?
group
I
one.
don't even know.
And
Group
there's no
1 is next
trees.
to them.
No
And
trees.
there's
I
no
could,
trees.
yeah, okay.
Shadow Logoth. There's no.
All right, you guys, I thought you were proud of my cue cards.
You didn't do thunderclouds or rain or the sun.
None of that. None of it. Or the big black dome. None of it. Group 1.
Okay.
Elsa, Maurice, and her warder, Jahar Narishma, who's holding Kalendor.
Yeah, here
That's
we go.
Group 1, the orange team.
Yeah.
Okay?
And this is a very interesting team because Elsa asks Maurice if she can be in charge of this circle.
And Maurice says yes.
She hesitates and she says yes, which, is very questionable knowing now that she's Black Aja, but it's not bad because Elsa also wants Ran to survive.
She wants Ran to survive, but she also doesn't want to kill any Chosen.
Yeah, but she will if she has to.
But she will kill just a stupid Ashaman.
Yeah, that's fine.
We'll talk about that later.
That's great.
I want to cry thinking about that one.
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay, Group 2, the green team. Serene, Corelli, and Damer Flynn, the old man.
The old man, yeah.
He was one of the originals at the farm, right?
He was one of the originals, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm so glad you remember that.
Yeah.
Okay,
Group 3, the blue team. Nasoon, Beldine, Daigen, and her warder, Eben Hopwell. And
yes.
he's the little boy.
Who dies.
Yeah.
The 17-year-old.
Who looks even younger.
Yeah.
Yep.
And he's eager. Group 4, the yellow team. Varen, Kumira,
Yep.
and Shalon, the Windfinder.
Yeah.
They're hanging out together.
Kumira also dies.
Yeah, what, Brett?
I'm just like...
We'll get there.
We just gotta point out people.
We're just teaming up.
Yeah. We gotta remember who's dead.
We will.
She'll cross them off as we get
a card about... It's called Dead. The card is called
Dead card?
Okay.
Who's dead? We'll get there. Group 5 is the pink team. Olivia and her Terangrial.
Yeah, Olivia by herself. I love that. That's the best.
Team Olivia.
She's
it's
group
so
5
funny.
On her own.
Because it's kind of like, wait, is she teamed up with anybody?
Nope. Her Terangrial.
She's good.
Teamed up with her Terangrial.
Just the wild card.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep this
just
one.
throw her out as like a wander.
Yeah, exactly.
I have been putting my cue cards away when I'm done with them, but this one is going to stay out for me to look at.
Yeah. It's a real question of if you're playing like man-to-man defense or like zone defense.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So.
Okay. So, we have Ran and Nynaeve in the middle.
What about Cadswain?
Cadswain is joining Group 1, sort of.
Okay.
On the hilltop.
But she's by herself. She's not linking.
No.
She's not in the circle.
She's by herself.
Yes. She's doing the shield.
Which we will talk about when we get to Cadswain's perspective.
Yeah.
Quit jumping ahead.
We're making sure everyone's on the same page here.
Yeah, and then everybody's basically circling out.
Yeah. Perrin will be here in 11 days. With no plan.
No. Don't rag on Perrin.
I know. I'm
the
sorry.
Perrin people will be angry.
I know.
Is that you? Are you angry?
Tyler's a Perrin person.
I am definitely a Perrin person. I'm not angry. I just think that every time you say something about Perrin, it's, oh, that's Matt did that. That's exactly what Matt did. And you were like, oh, Matt, so charming. So funny and charming, Matt.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's true. All right. We're going to head into a...
Are we switching it? Yeah.
Yeah, like what else is there?
I mean, yeah, that's it, that Elsa was going to plead to take control if Maurice didn't let her, but
because
she
she thinks whatever the cost, the Dragon Reborn had to reach the last battle, whatever the cost.
Whatever the cost.
She is probably...
the world's worst Black Aja? Yeah.
Well, no, the most fascinating person in this area in my mind, because it's like...
Yeah.
She's right. Like, in order for the Dark Lord's will to be fulfilled or whatever, she's like, yeah, he has to make it to the last battle. That's how she's come to terms with all of this.
Right.
Yeah. Like, everybody has to find their own way. And again, we're going to talk about, Varen's total compulsion that she's been doing on people.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm, we will.
It's like very sloppy. It's not like compulsion.
But it's a sticky note.
Yeah.
It's a sticky.
It's not capital C compulsion. It's like her ragtag bunch of weaves
Garbage
that join together.
Knots. Garbage knots.
It's 5 weaves in a trench coat that have formed Varen's lesser compulsion
it's
weave.
Better. It works.
If you do it in tiny pieces, it's not illegal.
It mostly is, but she didn't care.
Yeah, that's
it's
true.
fine. It's fine.
Okay. So we're gonna...
Oh, yeah.
I have to do... I thought you...
Yeah, do it.
No, you gotta do it again.
Just do it.
Perspective switch.
Nice.
Terrible. Okay.
Okay, switching perspectives to this
Well, you can't just say... You can't say switching perspectives after I make the perspective switch noise.
Oh, I can't? Okay, well, we're learning. We're learning more. Like,
we have lots of time to learn.
Go.
Yeah,
we'll perfect it by
good.
the end.
Next cue card, we've got it.
We got it. Okay. Barmelon.
Barmelon, love it. Maybe my favorite perspective. I like his philosophy on life.
Okay.
It speaks to me.
Is it he's just going to go home and drink?
Fuck it, I'm going home. I'm going to drink all the brandy that's in my car.
This shit looks awful.
Yeah. We get a nice little callback to the 9 Rings Inn in Tremontian,
Yes,
Cairhien.
he was literally there. Chapter 21 of The Great Hunt.
He was there?
It was called The
This
Nine
guy
Rings.
was
Not
there?
this guy, no.
No, the
9 Rings.
9 Rings was there.
Yeah, the chapter was called The Nine Rings.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway,
Which-
he's bringing some terrible plum brandy to the 9 Rings Inn, and he notices the statue all glowing down in the pit.
Mm-hmm. It's getting
And
super
that's
bright.
it. That's really just our note that something's happening
Things
with
are
the
lighting
statues.
up. Here
Yeah.
we go. It's go time.
And honestly, I don't know what it would have taken for this guy to turn around and drink his own brandy, but it doesn't seem like a lot.
Yeah.
He just really didn't want to be here anyways.
True.
You know, it's one of those times when like you're driving somewhere and you're looking for an excuse to turn around.
Yeah,
and go home.
exactly.
You're like,
He's
yeah,
like,
that
"Oh,
was it. That was it. The lights red. Oh, terrible.
It's a bit cloudy.
Can't
I
catch
don't
a
know.
Ah,
break.
it
yeah.
looks like rain. Okay, but that's it for that guy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's really also nice to note, just as a callback, that the last time Rand was there, who was with him?
Celine.
Lanfear was with
Yeah,
him, and
he
Rand
was-
was going to go touch the, big,
Yeah, and she was like,
don't do it,
don't.
back away, because we might destroy the world.
Yeah, right.
And he was like, no, I want to touch it. And she's like, don't.
Yeah. The only thing I'm not clear on here is if Maglin is a channeler.
So,
who?
Meglin's the innkeeper? Or are you talking about Barmelin, the guy who sees the glow?
Barmelin, yes, Barmelin. Yeah.
I would say he's not. And
I would say, I don't think it matters.
it doesn't specifically matter.
But I just don't know if he would see anything if it was.
Just based on the next perspective.
That's what I mean, yeah.
On the next one, like, people see that it seems like
It's
It's
glow. It
glowing.
glows
it's
either
glowing.
way.
It seems like it's glowing. It's not definitive,
Yeah.
and it's possible, but we get two perspectives from two people who...
But a guy in the one place and a
and
female
woman,
in the other place.
Which
so
possibly it could. It's not definitive enough to,
yeah,
like...
it's made clear and unclear for us.
It's
It's
an
like-
interesting thought.
We'll have to see if there's anyone else who's like, man, that was a bright, glowing, shiny
And I
sphere."
for sure am not a channeler. And we'll be
Yes.
like, okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one person who just walks up and says, "I definitely can't. I can't see anything." That's the only way we'll have our
That's the only way we know.
confirmation. Yeah.
What glowing ball? That's what will happen there. Okay, are you ready?
Let's do it.
Perspective switch.
To Timma.
Timna.
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 I for sure
How
wrote
dare you.
Timma. Timma. Timna.
Yeah.
Whatever. This chick, some lady, is on Tremulking.
Yep.
She sees a statue glowing, and she's gonna sit down to watch the fulfillment of prophecy
Yep.
and the end of illusion.
Yeah. So if you recall,
I don't.
chapter 1 of Path of Daggers, we got a bunch of information on the Amayar, who are the people who inhabit Tremalking. We got a whole bunch of stuff. So we got that they make fine glass and porcelain, right? Kind of like the
Like
island of Murano.
seafolk porcelain.
Yeah, okay, sort of. I was like Murano in real life.
Oh, yeah, no,
Yeah.
like, okay,
Anyways,
glass blowing,
They
yeah.
followed the piece of the waterway, which is what she's thinking about here too, and that sounds a lot like the Way of the Leaf, but with water. So kind of like Tinker's.
Okay, if you say so.
Yeah. And then they also ignore the world beyond their scattered islands. And the waterway teaches them that this world is only illusion, a mirrored reflection of belief, which is also very similar to the Aiel belief, which is linked to the Tinkers too.
Okay, so she thinks that the end of illusion is that everyone's just about to die?
Kind of maybe yes. Because we also have from that perspective, that tales of the world beyond and what prophecy says to come, and they watch for the sign of the sphere. So that's what kind of like what they're watching for.
Uh-huh.
And then we also know that they have their own prophecies, and some speak about the hand in the sphere and the end of illusions, i.e. death. So like...
We're all about to die and she's just gonna sit there.
Which, I mean, she's not specifically maybe wrong about because, the last battle's coming and maybe a lot of people are going to die.
Well,
this is
we
like our,
know
like,
we're gonna have to save half of the world to destroy the other. Destroy
Nah, that's
half the
Matt.
world. Yeah, but that means half the world's about to be destroyed.
So, yeah, it's either...
Huh?
Okay.
I was just gonna say, I think this is our 5th death cult that we've met.
Yeah, hey?
Yeah.
But, everyone has a different level of the deathiness of the cult.
Yeah.
So, it's fine. Like, the Aiel don't fear it because everyone wakes from the dream.
But they focus on the death part of it
Sure.
a lot.
I'm not saying it's healthy and it's great. I'm just saying that's what it is.
It's just what it is. What it
Okay.
is, guys.
Yeah, so
Well, that's the end of that perspective.
Timna sits down on the hill and she's like, okay, end of illusions.
So now we're gonna jump into another perspective and have a
Perspective switch.
perspective number 5, in case anyone's counting.
Oh, you numbered them.
Yeah, of course.
Oh, okay.
You think it color-coded and didn't number?
Get your head out of your ass, Brad.
I'll just, okay. I clearly not needed here.
Well, this perspective number 5 is of Sindane,
Uh-huh.
which is...
Was it on this one or the next
this one.
one?
Oh, it's 100% this one.
It was this one that made you decide?
That this is Lanfear?
Yeah.
Yeah, this one.
This one, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Look, it says Lanfear highlighted in purple on this
It
cue
does
card.
say that, yeah.
So,
Okay.
she is drawn to the Choedan
call.
3 for 3.
being used,
Mm-hmm.
and she's super pissed off with Luce Theron for using it with another woman because he spurned her.
Okay, yeah, it's pretty it's a dead
Spurned.
giveaway.
Yeah, repeat it. Yeah.
I've been spurned.
How dare she?
I have been betrayed.
Yeah. Who's Avienda?
Yeah.
And I love how she gets just overwhelmed because there's a person in front of her and she's like, I just can't right now, and just kills him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really funny
I
because
can't deal with you. Slice your
this
head
is
in
all
half.
too much.
like I don't even want to say like this person's not important because like hypothetically
We don't know, yeah.
But it's like, oh,
It's
this
not-
guy who she's negotiating with or whatever
Yeah.
is trying to be like, oh, if you're one of the chosen, then I'll obey you or whatever.
Yeah.
And she's
Yeah.
like, no time, slice.
Yeah, not important anymore.
Yeah.
Because the only thing she wants is Luce Theron dead. Now, if
Yeah.
you'll turn your attention to the prediction board.
Okay. Which one is it?
Well, at one point, I said Asmodean is mind trapped
You did.
and Sindane is Asmodean.
You did.
And
Interesting.
that obviously was wrong. And we actually decided that was wrong a while ago when we learned that this person is channeling whatever the women channel.
That's one of your predictions that I actually really liked, though, because it kind of makes sense that the two people who were captured and turned into like converts for the light to teach them things would be mind trapped together. Like that makes sense. That's a good theory.
Yeah.
It was well established.
Wrong.
It's wrong.
But you know what's not wrong? This other theory. I was on a kick of saying everyone is Lanfear.
Shotgun
Got it.
approach.
If
Yeah.
I just say everyone is Lanfear one day, this sticky that says Sindane is Lanfear
You get it right.
goes over here in the right column. And that was when
Which is on the left again. I'd like to point out.
I could rename this correct.
That
In
would.
the correct column.
Yeah.
Would you prefer that? Are you getting confused, Ty?
No, I'm actually
Okay.
enjoying
Oh,
it.
good.
Yeah. No, this is good though. And just as a side note, keep in mind that we do know from an person who we don't necessarily trust that Sindane is weaker in the power than Lanfear
Well, let's
was.
wait till our next Sindane perspective where she notes something also very interesting
Okay.
about how maybe
If-
she used
yeah.
to be stronger.
This one was like, if you didn't pick up that Sindane is Lanfear in this perspective, Robert Jordan knocks you in the head with a baseball bat. The next one.
Oh, yes.
And he's like, hey, idiot.
This is Lanfear. Yeah.
This is Lanfear.
In case you didn't pick
Yeah.
it up. Yeah,
The
it's
age of
Lanfear.
illusion is
It's Lanfear.
over.
Yeah, right. That is true.
Okay, so she's super salty about
She
her
really
boyfriend
wants Luce Theron
with
dead.
another girl.
Crazy ex-girlfriend vibes, and I freaking love it. And can I just say, Lanfear's back, and I'm so happy.
Oh, she's back. She's not in a good situation.
She's so back, and it's great.
She's
I
mind
don't
trapped.
care. I really don't care.
Okay.
I mean, like, yeah, that kind of sucks.
Sure.
But Lanfear's back, and she's so funny.
And she hasn't learned a
A
thing.
thing.
Yeah.
She's done no growing.
Yeah. This is
Yeah.
no growth.
No
She is on the same
growth.
trail.
And even when I was like, I don't know, maybe Sindane is Lanfear, I was trying to find what episode that was, but I didn't get to
yeah,
it. I think
yeah.
I will at some point, just so I can listen to it, because you were like, oh, but somebody like Demandred or somebody was like, oh, but she told this other person that
Yeah.
she's
I think it might have
weaker
been
than Lanfear.
Grandal. Yeah.
And
told
then I
him.
said, oh, can't the Forsaken just lie to each other?
Yeah.
Because, like, that's a thing. Like, we can't just take it all at face value.
Yeah.
So, for sure, this is Lanfear.
Yeah, this is Lanfear. So you just gotta like go back through all the Sindane stuff and be like, every time
it's
Lanfear.
Lanfear.
It's Lanfear.
I bet she doesn't like being sidekicks to Mogedion.
Yeah, I bet not.
Yeah, that doesn't usually end well for anyone who's done it before either.
Oh, goodness.
Question: Asmodean,
Yeah.
are you accepting that Asmodean is gone?
Yeah. Okay.
Because like we've seen it.
I don't care.
I get that evil people can lie, but like the dark one was like, fuck this guy.
Yeah.
He's a traitor. Peace out.
Well, I keep on waiting for like something.
Yeah.
And you told me, you did say at some point we will kind of find out maybe what happened to Asmodean.
Yeah.
In passing.
Definitely.
And so like,
you know, after we're done the series and we can talk about stuff, then we for sure are going to come to a conclusion.
and so like, anyway, maybe at that point we'll find out what
Asmodean,
that
Samuel, it doesn't even matter. Okay. It's fine.
Honestly, and also, where's Masana?
I didn't see no body. Yeah, also
She did
that.
not care enough to come to this ambush.
Maybe-
That's
Yeah.
what I'm asking. In this Forsaken ambush,
And we know the rule was like everybody's supposed to be here.
what if Masana is one of the Aes Sedai who's here?
Oh, dang. Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
Because
Or
we know.
she skipped class and
Yeah, she's
No.
not here. So,
yeah.
well, and maybe she is. Oh.
Ooh.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm trying to get something from you.
Yeah.
No.
No, it's not working.
No.
Okay, we are going to.
Perspective switch.
That's right. It's a perspective switch.
You
So-
can't.
Point of view number 6, Cat Swain.
Yeah, let's do it.
So this is a little bit more complicated because we find out a lot of things.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
We find out that Cat Swain is inverting a shield around
The hilltop.
the hilltop.
It's like a big giant dome. Kind of like Dumai's Well style.
Dumai's Well style.
Big dome, big shield. She's just playing defense right now. That's all she's doing.
Well, she's also using one of her terangrial to sense other channeling happening around,
Mm-hmm.
and then launching attacks in the directions that the other channeling is coming from.
She's pointing,
There!
and group 1, I believe you said?
Yep.
The Kalendor
The
group.
orange group.
Yep. Elsa the Dark Friend with Kalendor
Yep.
is launching the attacks where Cadswin points.
That's right.
Cadswin's doing the channeling for the shield, and that's all she's doing.
Yeah.
She's
And
not
I
attacking.
thought protecting Rand, smart.
Yeah, that's good defense. We
Good
should
work,
have
everybody.
shields.
Good shields and offense.
Yeah.
We have offense in case.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I want? Remember back when Rand was fighting Ravine, he made like a little impenetrable shield that he knew nothing can enter, but it's dangerous because also air can't get in and out. I would make that but bigger because then you have lots of oxygen. I would just do the impenetrable shield.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Anyways, it
Yeah.
doesn't sound like this is that.
No.
No.
No, a little bit more flexible, I think, so she can.
That's
Do
yeah, I
anything.
know. I'm
Yeah.
just saying.
I like again, like I just can't stress, like no one has done what they're doing.
No.
Like no one
not
has
even
ever
remotely.
prepped for channeler to channeler combat. No one's ever been in this situation. Came up with
Which
this
is
plan
wild
in
to me.
30 seconds.
But, like, listen. This is wild to me considering we have an entire battle Aja
Yeah.
and we've never prepped
No.
for this at all.
Well, because
It
they knew
seems
that
so stupid.
they would have to fight 12 people
Almost as
max,
stupid.
right? Like,
Almost as stupid as not having like a recruiting system.
so dumb.
Almost as bad.
No, I know. We also need our battle Ajas to practice fighting like Trollocs and shit, like using the
Yeah.
power to attack.
Yeah.
What are we doing, battle Aja?
Yeah.
Just fucking our orders. That's what we're doing. That's
So-
it.
so-
Good
somehow,
job, Greens. You're
I'm envisioning
You're
like
excellent.
if they had like a school and like a class
Yeah.
specifically devoted to, I don't know, battling, like playing defense against the dark arts, almost like something like that.
Oh, like a class called Defense Against
Right,
the Dark Arts.
that would be a good idea if the White Tower did that.
anyway. Well, I just wanted to say before we do this clear Harry Potter shot,
Yeah.
the Green Aja has one job, but they have a lot of hobbies.
That's fair. Okay. So
Having sex with
instead
your
of
warders, like what's the hobbies?
Yeah.
That's it. That's the hobby. Maybe they also crochet.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's hard
okay.
to tell.
They're not focusing on their job. That's all
Not
I know.
at
Yeah.
all. But now, instead of making you do another bubblegum shot,
Sure.
would you like your gift now?
I get a gift.
Yeah.
I get a gift. Okay, you know
yeah,
what?
you do.
I'll accept it.
I am conceding.
You're conceding. Oh my, and
We're
not
not
even
there yet, but
Oh,
there's
we're
a
like
shot
in,
to
like,
take.
We're there in two perspectives.
We are there soon. Like,
You know what?
very
I'll
soon.
accept my gift, and we'll talk about it when we get there.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
You know what? You pulled out a bottle of whiskey last time?
Hey!
And I don't even know where she how do you hide this?
It's just behind this pillow right here.
How long has it been there?
Just this evening.
Well, the other one was like in the drawer.
It was hiding. We should do this more often.
You know
Hide
what?
the bottles of whiskey around the house.
If anybody wants some
Kids
relationship advice.
love that game.
Kids love it. It's a good kids game. Okay,
Hide bottles of whiskey around the house for your husband.
We're not really gonna discuss it. We're
Not
just gonna
yet.
take the shot
Sure.
because it's delicious apple whiskey. It's your favorite.
Okay.
All right.
Cheers to
All set up.
defending against the Dark One's arts. That is delicious.
Ugh,
That's
I
better.
don't actually like that very much. That's not my favorite.
Yeah. For me, like, the bubble gum was still there somehow.
Oh, you didn't want your shot glasses in
Did
between?
it just coat?
Who's to say, really? Not me. I don't know. Anyway, we have some more notes in this
Oh, we do.
Cadsuane perspective.
Okay.
So we get that Maurice and Jahar are definitely into each other,
Yes. Yep.
right?
For sure,
So
yeah.
it seems more mutual,
Yeah.
perhaps.
Yeah. I can. Yeah. I'll accept that.
We also get that Nynaeve really isn't doing great.
This is the start of her decline because she's like swaying and groaning and stuff right now,
Uh-huh.
and it gets worse before they finish.
It
so.
will, yeah. But Rand is just a rock.
He's super cool and doesn't show any emotion
He's
or
just
feelings.
a statue.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's it.
Yeah, and it is kind of cool because Cadsuane notes that like their eyes are open, like they are not just eyes closed, but it doesn't seem like Rand's aware of anything that's going on right now.
No.
And we get from his perspective that
Next.
next,
Actually.
that no.
Yeah. So do we want to jump in and do a
Perspective switch.
Nice. Yeah, that's what we'll do. Point of view 7.
Okay.
Rand. Back to Rand. And every character actually got their own color.
Oh.
And so
Wow.
we're back to Rand was blue, in case you're wondering.
Okay.
This card says, things are really difficult. He's trying to hold on. And that's about it.
It's a very short perspective.
But the detailed delivery
yeah.
of the words are so intense.
Yeah.
Like,
I
he's
will-
having a hard time.
I will point out though, one thing to note is that ocean-like amount of the power that Rand is channeling right now.
Yeah.
The two most powerful Sangreal ever created that have never been tested.
Yeah, good thing he's just so strong and the best, right?
But also keep in note that Rand is also channeling the taint through him.
Yeah.
All of the taint that exists in Sidene is going also through Rand from what it seems
Yeah,
like.
sounds like a hard time. I don't know he knew what he was up for.
Ramifications going for just like next book, hypothetically, if Rand isn't doing great, and
Well-
you're like, why isn't Rand doing great?
Next episode, we are going to have a review and recap.
Sure.
And I'm probably going to talk about what I think will happen going forward at
I
that
like it.
point.
Okay.
Because I have had this question for
Yeah.
a while.
Yeah.
Let's say we do cleanse the taint.
Then what happens?
Are we stuck crazy at the moment the taint was
It's
cleansed?
like, oh, you're not anymore sick, but it's like you're not getting reverse healed.
Yeah, or
Sure.
are we?
Or are we? Yeah. That'd sure be nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Too bad for all those guys who were killed yesterday because they went crazy.
Sucks.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
Okay.
that's that for that.
Yeah. Before we go into the next one, though,
Yeah.
we need to refill a few drinks here.
We'll take a quick break.
Yeah.
Let's do it, and then
Yep.
we'll come on back.
Okay.
Okay, and we're back.
Yep.
Here we are, and we're going to have a...
Perspective switch.
That's right. Point of view number 8.
Yep.
Not quite the one that made me throw the book.
Really?
Yeah.
What was the defining
We're not
fact?
there yet.
Okay.
I'll tell you.
You know
it
what?
was
Okay.
just... Okay. This was a pretty big loss to
Sure.
suffer.
Sure.
And then, right away after this, there's another really big loss that made me feel bad.
Okay.
And so it was like loss after loss after, and that felt bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Okay.
like, I'm not a very gracious loser
Yeah.
sometimes.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
that was hard for me. So, this is hard for me. So, let's talk about it.
Walk me through. Let's go.
Okay. So, now Demandred
Yep.
is here now, too.
He is here now.
He showed up. We get that there is half a pale dome above Rand. And now, you know all the issues I had with picturing a flattened cube?
Same idea. Yeah.
I can't picture this either.
Because
what
we
is
all- yeah.
half
Yeah.
of a flattened dome?
It's a dome, but flat.
Like, it's like if you smooshed it a little?
If you pushed it in.
Like a basketball with less air.
Sure.
But we only have half of it.
You know what? That's a good enough...
In
Because
the air.
we know at the end, it's like a full...
Dome.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, every time it's mentioned, I have a note, so we can talk about it as it changes.
Cool.
That's good.
Yeah.
So it's like, picture it as like the shape of a dome is slowly being filled up.
Okay, got it. Like
Yeah.
he's pumping up the gem.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Nailing
cool.
it.
Now we got it.
You get it.
I get it. Okay, so Demandred notices there's a fire attack coming at him
Yeah.
from where he opened his gateway.
Yeah.
And so he spins a gateway and pops out somewhere else.
Yeah.
And then he thinks about how Rand must have a terangrial to detect a man channeling.
Yes, he does. And it makes sense because, like, battlefield tactics, if as soon as you appear somewhere and the attacks start coming at you, it makes sense. They've got a GPS locator on you for using the source.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Mm-hmm.
He's wrong. His logic is wrong. Rand doesn't have a terangrial.
Rand doesn't, but Rand's team does.
Stop interrupting me. They don't have a terangrial that can detect a man channeling. They can detect channeling, but Catherine specifically mentions that she doesn't know if it's Sidene or Sidar.
Sure, okay. Technically the truth, which is the best kind of being true.
Yeah,
that's okay.
I know
Okay.
that.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll accept it.
My second technically true point here is that I like how accurate Demon Dread is about Lews Therin's ability.
Ah,
So he talks about how he is a brilliant
planner.
schemer and a great planner,
Yeah.
but not as good as everyone thinks.
Yeah.
And it's like, that is 100% what happened here.
yes.
That is
Yeah,
exactly.
like this is great planning, but like
Also
half of
keep in
this
mind-
probably
Yeah.
wasn't Rand.
Well,
No.
and also Demandra is like super salty because he's like, oh, but not as good as I am because I'm the best.
I'm the best.
Yeah, he also does feel that way.
But evidently, he's more right here than he is wrong. Like, Rand did have
Yeah.
a good idea, but a terrible plan
Yeah.
before Catswain came with the Terangro that he admires, and with like all this other stuff.
Right.
I'll give Rand points for surrounding himself with people who are better at things than he is and taking their advice.
He ran away and hid from those people before doing this plan.
But then he accepted Catswin and let Catswin plan the battle. In
Well,
Rand's
no,
perspective,
that was Catswain's reverse psychology and Min's viewing that made him be like, I need Catswain.
he let the reverse psychology work on him.
No, no.
Huh.
He accepted.
He accepted the
Anyways, you
psychology.
guys ready for the actual exciting thing that happens
Right. Okay.
here?
Let's go. Okay.
Okay, so there are people here all of a sudden.
Yeah.
He
because
spies them. It's the green team.
Yeah,
It's
okay.
group 2.
I just have to say, for the record, your color coding of the teams is very confusing because the Aes Sedai use colors for Ajaz, and when you started saying like the green team, the blue team, the yellow team, I was like, they're not all yellow or blue or green.
No, but there's also an orange team and a pink team. It's the color of my markers.
You didn't explain that to the people
Well,
or me.
the first group was the orange team.
Yeah, you once stated that there's a purple Aja too. I know that because there was the whole bruising of a color pattern.
And
on
I
Min's
said
viewing.
maybe that exists.
Yeah,
That was a very long time ago.
it was, but I know that.
Anyway, okay, fine. Thanks for pointing that out.
Yeah.
Now you know.
Okay,
It's just like if we were playing Timbit soccer,
right.
if we were playing little kid soccer
Everyone's
for
just
people
like
who
running
aren't
and
in
chasing
Canada,
the ball. Yeah,
they just have a jersey or a penny
yeah.
to
And then there's
determine what, or you're playing like soccer in gym.
30
Yeah.
kids chasing one ball.
Yeah.
What if,
so
can we make them like shirts and skins? Instead, is that?
no, there's 5 teams. Okay, so this is Team Green.
Okay.
But it's not Green Aja. It's
Yeah.
just whatever my marker that I picked up was.
Yes. Flynn
And
Corral
Serene.
Serene. Yeah.
Rhymes with green.
I like it.
So
Okay.
she's on the green team. Serene, Corelli, and Damer Flynn.
Flynn, the old
The
man.
old
the
man.
old
so
man.
here's the problem.
The
I'm
grizzled
having.
old soldier.
Now, don't you think that Taim would know who Damer Flynn is if he
was
constantly
Yeah.
at the Black Tower?
And like Flynn was the
Original
one of the original like
dude.
5 guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, he's
This
like,
guy-
this must be one of those Ashaman.
This guy, Demandred, is like, who the fuck is that old man?
Yeah.
With some Aes Sedai. That's weird.
He doesn't even know that they're Aes Sedai when he first sees them.
Yeah.
He doesn't recognize them as anything.
He said they
now.
might be. He
might
does think
yeah.
that. But this guy, he clearly does not recognize Flynn. And I wrote, fuck.
Oh my goodness.
On the cue card. I wrote it on the cue card.
Yeah, okay.
He's just super subtly.
Yeah.
Oh,
He's playing
no.
he's playing a role.
No.
He's playing a role.
It is not. That's what. Okay, here's your bottle.
Okay.
One day I'll get an ice
Hold
cream
on, hold on.
cake.
Are you this because this is like a pretty big deal.
Yeah.
Because like there's been a bet,
Yeah.
there's been a
I
thing.
lost. I was almost ready to give it up last time,
Yeah.
and then I was like, never.
Yeah.
Sure.
For me, the nail in the coffin here is that the way that he talks about Ashaman as like a concept
Yes.
instead of something that he even literally believes exists.
Yeah, he's like,
Yes.
oh, this
He's
must
like
be
one of those
yeah.
one of those Ashaman things. It's
I
like
know, and we're in his head.
yeah.
Like, so,
Can you? I need you to say it though.
Demandred is not Taim.
Okay.
I'll direct your attention to the prediction board.
Yeah.
And this one hurts me the most.
Does it?
Yeah,
Okay.
out of all of this.
Put it up there.
So this... I spelled it wrong.
You did spell it wrong, yeah.
Tiam is also not damaged.
Yeah. This was a big play. It was a plot.
Okay.
Okay.
Tiam, or Taim, however you want to spell it, is not Demandred.
Okay.
Timandred is dead. Why are you guys looking at each other?
Do you want your
Is
present
he
now?
not dead?
Do you want your present?
Is he actually?
Do you want your present?
Yeah,
It's a
I always
question.
want a present.
I'll be right back.
You got me a present? Okay, I want a present, yeah. Okay.
I'm back.
Okay, what is it?
No. This is
You
part
have
of
an
it.
ice cream cake.
I have an ice cream cake here. And
Does
this
it
is
say you were wrong about Timandred?
I need you to read it out loud for the
Okay,
podcast.
fine, give me the cake.
It's been a pretty big deal
I know that.
for a long
For
time.
a long time.
It's also
Open it up.
Oh, wow.
And also, just so you know,
This is
I do
impressive.
not I don't want to disparage Dairy Queen,
Hold on.
the Queen of Dairy.
the Queen of Dairy, for not following my very explicit instructions
Okay, I got it.
for
Okay.
it. Read
so
it out
there's
loud.
an Aes Sedai symbol. That's pretty impressive.
They did it the
that is
wrong
the
way.
yin yang, I believe.
It doesn't matter. That's pretty impressive.
I literally
Yeah.
drew it out for them.
You
and
were wrong about Taim, but also kinda right.
So,
That's what the cake says.
are you ready for this?
Yeah.
So you were wrong about Taim.
Yeah.
Taim is not Demandred,
Yeah.
but you're also kind of right. So there's a lot of history in the Wheel of Time about Taimandred, which is not.
No, it's not. Like, actually?
It's not your creation of a name,
Oh.
and it wasn't created specifically for you because
That's rude.
Taimandred has been a thing since the books came out.
Like, people also thought that.
People
So
think
that's like a regular thing to think. I'm not like some crazy
you're
person.
not a crazy person. It gets better
The
though.
two aren't mutually exclusive.
It gets
Okay.
better because originally Taim was most likely supposed to be Demandred. And there are notes from Robert Jordan where originally Taim was Demandred.
What?
So in his notes, it stated
Why did it change? Just to make
So-
me angry
so
when I
here's
read
the
this
thing.
chapter?
there's a lot of contention around this.
For the cake.
There's a lot of contention about the facts, but canonically Taim is not Demandred.
Yeah.
According to Robert Jordan's notes, he was.
Why
And
did it
then
change?
a lot of fans picked up on the fact that Taim might be Demandred.
Yeah, because there was a lot of
And then
like big arrows
Yeah.
pointing to it.
and then it changed. And then it changed. Where then Taim was no longer Demandred. But the hints remain that Taim might have been at one point Demandred.
It was like written that way.
Yes.
Okay.
There's a lot of
and
contention.
so because I thought now that we know for sure Taim is not
Taim is not Demandred.
And we're about to get to another perspective that made me throw the book where we find out Taim is also not Osingar.
Yeah.
But I still believe Taim is a big old dark friend.
Yeah, and that's
I
fair.
believe he's like evil guy.
That's fair.
Because he was consorting with the
Yeah.
bad guys.
He's a red heron who's probably still a red heron, but you're not right about which red heron.
And
He
again,
I like how
was.
you've picked
yeah.
up on calling him
Yeah.
a red heron for this series.
Yeah.
And that's
funny.
why when we discuss it, and a lot of our audience and fans have chipped in to discuss what we should do for you, and
Yeah.
I felt it was appropriate to get you an ice cream cake because technically you're not correct about Taim and Dread,
No.
but you're also kind of right
Yeah.
because he may have at one point actually been, and then Robert Jordan changed what he was doing.
Well, that's wild.
Yeah,
And
it
I
is.
love my cake.
Yeah.
Thanks for making that happen.
Okay.
Well, so we both kind of win.
Yeah. That's been the joke the whole time.
It's a win-win-win.
I knew at some point I was getting whiskey and I was getting an ice cream cake.
I love that. And
Yeah.
I love that you had to talk to somebody at Dairy Queen about
Yeah.
Taim.
Yeah.
And you probably spelled it right. I actually didn't look.
Of course,
Yeah.
yes, I spelled it right. I drew a picture on the order sheet and was like specifically, please get it right. And
They
didn't.
got it wrong. They just
Get it
did a
wrong.
yin yang.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yin.
Yin yang.
Yin yang.
Yep,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
the one. Anyway, so that's a problem for me.
Okay, yeah.
And that was like disheartening for sure. For sure. Reading that was
Was that the book throwing?
No. Because this was the first loss.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
the second loss when we get to Osengard.
Gotcha.
That made me be like,
Come on!
fuck this. If I had had a fireplace, that's where the book
book's going in.
was going.
Yeah.
Also, I said I was throwing the book in the fireplace if we didn't get back to Matt.
And we didn't get
And
back
we
to
didn't.
that.
So lots of book in fireplace.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're hitting up that used bookstore again pretty soon.
Yeah.
Gonna do us a good old fashioned book burn.
Yeah. So anyway, to end this perspective though, Demandred is just like attacked by these random people. He's like, why are these people here? They must be lost.
Yeah.
And then they attack him and he retreats.
Yes. Yeah. I just want to say it now. I really don't like that everyone who runs into everyone in the forest in this chapter is like, who is this? You're in a spooky haunted forest right now.
With like a bunch of shit going on.
Everyone's
the
your
most
enemy.
powerful
What?
terrain
They're not
ever.
random travelers, guys.
Nobody
What are we
here,
doing here?
Nobody here is a random traveler.
And you know what?
Stop thinking that these people are random travelers.
And if they're random travelers, sorry guys, wrong place, wrong time. You're gonna get
dead,
dead.
you're gonna get dead here.
Yeah.
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 I get it.
I like that his plan is to run away until the other guy gets tired.
Yeah, he's old. He's super old. Weird. He must be one of those Ashaman I've heard
Yeah.
about.
Don't understand it.
He's
Yeah.
like, no one lives forever. I'll just start running away.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's the end of this perspective.
Yeah.
And we're going to...
Perspective switch.
That's right. Point of view number 9. Sindane.
Again.
This is a really small one. A really short cue card.
But it's long enough that in case you missed it.
It says, she's still here. She realizes that others are here too. And she wants Luce Theron very dead.
Yeah. She is not a happy ex-girlfriend.
No.
According to her, still probably current girlfriend. She's not an
She feels
ex-girlfriend.
betrayed.
Right.
Yes.
We are still dating.
That's right.
Yeah.
She doesn't say she wants to kill him. She says she wanted to see him die.
There's a difference.
One is passive, one is active.
That's fair. Okay. She just wants him dead.
That's
Yeah.
part of her
But
defense
then later
case.
she's like, and I want to be the one to do it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
see, it levels up.
Right.
Okay. So,
Also, keeping in mind, Katsune and Nynaeve
oh, yeah.
both have their little Sensi triangle. Not Nynaeve, because Olivia has it right now.
Olivia.
But like the directional triangle stuff.
Yes.
They both have one.
Yeah. Okay. So that's that. That's a very, very quick perspective. So
All right.
now we're going to...
Perspective switch.
Nice.
This is the book throwing one.
This is the book throw.
You know what?
Yeah.
And it makes sense. And it's so funny.
After learning that Demandred is clearly not Taim, they're like, oh, by the way, somebody you never even one time were skeptical of is a reborn Forsaken.
Oh, man.
Fuck
All the signs
you.
on the rereads,
Fuck
all the
you.
signs point to it. All the signs point to it.
Fuck you.
I gotta say.
I didn't one time think of that. And I'm mad.
You know what? The
Yeah.
amount of times that I tried to be like, and where's the Shiva? What's he being up to? I felt like I was being too obvious, but
No,
I also...
I didn't care.
No,
That's the
it's-
thing, right?
yeah.
Like that's what I was my thing with this one is there was a crazy man who was masquerading as a man who was going crazy
Yeah.
and then disappeared. So it's like
That makes sense, yeah.
I didn't eat into this a lot in my first read either. Like I wasn't like,
no,
this makes everything makes
this
sense
is a
here.
pretty big, like,
Yeah.
thumbs down
I-
moment for me. This hurt more than finding out
Yeah.
that Demandred is not Taim.
So I collected a couple of points just to be like, technically, it's one of those things, technically it's in the writing.
Okay,
We're
well,
on
let
the
me talk
reread.
about it. So,
Yeah.
point of view 10 is Osengar. And we learned in the first, sentence that he's been annoyed by masquerading as Deshiva
For months.
for months.
Yeah.
No.
we-
And I read that, I just went, book, no, done reading tonight. I guess
Yeah.
I'll never finish this book, because
we
you.
also figure out who Osengar was.
Yes, we do. So, that's funny. It's on here, and it says, he made Trollocs and Murdral, making him... ... Balthamel or Aegonor?
Aegonor.
I still don't know.
Okay.
I still don't know which
One of those two.
I'm
I
gonna
wrote
say-
LOL on my
Yeah.
board.
Yeah, perfect.
I was like,
Yeah.
I'll say it now. We've got enough hints in the series.
It's
that-
Aegonor, right? Yeah.
Aegonor.
Yeah.
So Osengar is Aegonor.
Okay.
And Arengar is
Halima.
not. Yeah, it's Halima.
Right, yeah,
So
okay.
there we go. That's the difference.
Balthamel.
That's what
Yeah,
we.
yeah.
That's kind of the only
Okay.
one that makes sense right now. So,
Okay.
but
Lord.
there's a few little subtle tip offs here.
Okay,
And they make
what?
it really funny. So
Okay.
knowing that now that Osengar Reborn, and since we saw Osengar Reborn, you've been like, where is Osengar? We haven't seen Osengar.
He's literally
We've got
under my
nothing from
dumb
him.
nose.
Yeah, he's literally under your dumb nose.
God.
So, if you recall, the way that Rand chose Deshiva / Osengar to be in his crew was Taim, after Dumai's Wells, was trying to tell Rand, hey, take Rochade, take
Yes.
Torval.
And I was so skeptical. I was
And you're like,
no
don't
way.
take those ones.
Don't do
And
it.
Rand
Which
does
is
it.
right. I was right.
You
No.
were right to be suspicious because those guys dark friends. And then Rand was like, spin around
That
in a circle,
guy.
that guy. And then Taim didn't know clearly that Deshiva
Yeah.
was Osengar because that guy with
Yeah.
his head in the clouds, what's going on?
Who's
Yeah,
only been here
unless-
for a
Who's been
couple
here
of
Unless
months? Yeah.
he did know, and he's like,
You want
that guy?
Yeah.
you want the
Because,
chosen?
that's the Forsaken.
Yeah, exactly. That
Yeah.
is a bonkers
Yeah.
choice.
But I guess okay.
It works both ways.
It
Yeah.
does.
Yeah.
So we have that Rand choosing him as part of his main crew. Terrible decision, Rand. Then we've got the funny part where the Darkfriend Ashman, Rochade, Gedwin, Torval,
Yeah.
they reject Osengar and his friendship.
Yeah.
Deshiva went to them multiple times to try and get on the inn.
See, I thought maybe on a reread it would make sense that they're all together because they know he's a chosen.
Yeah.
And they're,
No.
because I couldn't actually
Nothing so
remember.
simple. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we get little tidbits here too. And then we also got the little tidbit in the Demandred's perspective when they're doing the Darkfriend meeting and Osengar is there, and Osengar gets slightly
annoyed
offended
by the stupid Asherman comment.
at Demandred being like,
Well,
what the
and
botched attack?
Well, let me direct you to the prediction board where one of the predictions is Taim is Osengar.
Yeah.
And at that moment, I was like, okay, it's either one of them.
Yeah.
Because who else would be offended at the Asherman comment? So that's a wrong.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
you
put
can
that on the
move-
right
You can move
in
that
the wrong
one.
column.
Now, there's been a bunch of little tidbits about Osengar and Deshiva because there's been the whole Deshiva is terrible with the sword and forgets he has it most of the time.
Yeah.
Which makes sense because he's one of the chosen
Who never...
was
yeah.
Aegonor, who was a scientist who created the Trollocs and the Murdral
Why
and the
would he be
Shadowspawn.
good with a sword?
He's
Yeah.
a scientist.
Yeah.
He's just... And we do have to praise Aegonor for having probably the highest kill count of all the Forsaken.
Okay.
Because he
Yeah.
created Trollocs and Murdral.
Well, that's okay. That's
I gotta
fair.
give it to him there.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
Osengar's basically, his opinion in this chapter is I don't actually want to be a part of this. Because we have...
Yeah, but Moradin terrifies him, and he's like, maybe I can be a hero.
Yeah.
No.
Nope.
Just some renegade
Yeah.
Ashman.
But it's so great. It's
It's-
the reveal,
I know.
the definitive, this
Well,
is
I have
Aegonor.
another thing I said off the cuff in the last couple chapters where I said, maybe Deshiva's dead because Taim killed him.
You did say that.
That is not
Also
correct.
Yeah.
And that one goes over on
Yeah,
the wrong side.
good, yes.
I also like that, like, reading through his perspective, at no point did I ever think he was actually going to be successful.
No.
Yeah, no.
Like, there's nothing about this that's like, I think
You know
this
what?
guy's going to
Debatably,
pull it
he
off.
doesn't think he's going to be.
Yeah.
Because even at one point, he's like, "Oh, I'm going to try and sneak through the woods. This is sneaky, right?" And he's just like sauntering.
Don't be suspicious.
Don't be suspicious. That's like him going through the woods.
Yeah.
He's not good at it.
It's not great.
Yeah.
No.
So that wasn't great.
It's so good. It's so
Not
funny. Yeah.
great.
I can understand the frustration. Okay.
But, I mean, you're actually getting a knot tied up on a storyline, which
Yeah.
you never knew you were going to have tied up.
I did. And relatively earlier
Yeah.
than I thought maybe I would get. Because I thought at the end of... Where do we get the Kyrian thing? The end of Path of Daggers, right?
Yeah.
The end of last book was that attack.
Yeah. Yeah.
So at the end of that, I thought we were getting the Demandred reveal
Yeah.
of Taim, who clearly orchestrated this attack and wants Ran dead, right? And then earlier in this book, we get from Kisman's perspective that he has an order from the Mahale to kill Rand.
Yeah.
He has an order from Demandred to kill Rand, and he has an order from Moradin to kill Rand. And I was like, well, maybe it's just the same person.
Yeah.
Also, in
Showing
that
up in a
Demandred
different
perspective,
way. Yeah.
in the Demandred perspective, we had, I think it was Grendel, like, flying off the handle at Demandred and Osengard, because those two were the ones who were supposed to be keeping an eye on Rand.
Yes,
and
yeah.
the Osengard makes a lot of sense because it's the Shiva,
Yeah.
who's literally, he should be keeping an eye on Rand.
Yeah.
But he's not doing fucking anything.
Not really.
He's doing nothing
He kind of
useful.
sucks. Well, it makes sense because Aegonor also sucked in Eye of the World.
Yeah.
He's just hanging out.
Dead
He was
so
a
fast.
scientist. He literally created all the Shadow Spawn.
Dead so fast.
That was his job. That's
Okay.
it, man.
Yeah,
Like, there's nothing else for him.
that's true.
He should have learned, like, one more skill, maybe, though.
If you want to be a Forsaken, right?
Yeah.
Like,
He has the highest kill count. Come
You
at
already
me.
have said
No,
that, yeah.
Lanfear. She went into the boar. She released the Dark One.
Okay, release. Okay, maybe.
Right?
Okay.
I mean...
Okay, second highest kill count.
those Forsaken sure like killing people.
That's true.
Are we ready to move on?
Yeah, I guess so.
I want to leave this perspective. So let's get a...
Perspective switch.
Nice. Point of view 11. Varen.
Let's do it.
Wonderful.
Now, in this perspective, we encounter Grandel.
Yeah, we do.
And I really like that I really get the descriptions and I know who everybody is.
Okay, you got it. Yeah.
Yeah, the transparent dress, the blonde, love it.
Love it.
So,
Sant smugly
now
through the woods.
Varen
Yeah.
is very overconfident and is like, it would be neat to capture a Forsaken.
Which she's not wrong. That would be neat.
It would
yeah,
be
but
kinda
like she's
neat.
You would learn
so,
lots.
instead of being like, Forsaken! Like,
Yeah. No, she's
She's
completely
like,
out of the time
oh,
and place.
yeah. She's like, I'm deciding what to do.
I'm gonna get ya with my shield. I'm gonna get ya.
try to shield her. It doesn't work.
Oh no!
And then Grandel attacks.
Yeah.
And we're like, and then that's the end of this perspective.
Is that Varen's fault though? Because like unexpected, the
All
Green
of it
Aja. I mean, nobody's good at fighting Forsaken. Nobody knows how to really have a duel,
No,
like
but
a
to
fight.
be so overconfident about like, I know what to do.
Yeah.
And to have the control of the circle.
Yeah.
Clearly, she's the one who has to make this decision.
Yeah, I know. It's
And Chalon's like, what do we do? And she's like, I'm thinking about it.
Yeah.
Relax.
I just imagine the butterfly knight. It's like, I'm gonna get you.
Yeah, exactly.
It didn't work.
No, it's one of those videos with the people with the cup and the giant spider.
Oh, yeah,
like
you're
in
like-
Australia.
It's gone.
Yeah,
Where'd it go?
stupidest thing. Spider's gone. Yeah.
Oh my goodness, that's my nightmare. That is my nightmare.
All right,
Okay.
well, that's the end of that perspective.
Yeah.
Super exciting and interesting. We're just like, I like how we're getting where everybody is and everyone's showing up.
This
and
is RJ's battle sequence. Like this is what he does. I think he does it really well. This is
This-
kind of like the Falma battle where you get a little
This
tidbits.
honestly reminds me of the whole thing when people say if the Forsaken work together,
They-
this book would, series would be over very quickly.
Yeah.
It would do much
Because
better.
if at any point they talked to each other
Or like, hey
and
man,
came up with any kind of plan,
we attack at the same
they would
time.
just
Yeah.
destroy all of these Aes Sedai.
Instead of sauntering through the forest, like, who's this random wanderer?
Yeah.
It's a bad guy.
Yeah.
Attack immediately. Come
Yeah,
on.
exactly.
Yeah.
This old man walking through the trees.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's the end of that. Varen perspective,
Yeah.
and we can take a quick break.
Sounds good.
And then come back.
All right.
Okay, here we are with a...
Perspective switch.
Nice. It is point of view 12 with Eben Hopwell, which I think is the last time we're gonna hear from him.
Yeah. And I do have to say for the record, Hopwell has one of the most well-recognized, I'd say like top 15 to 20 most recognized lines in the Wheel of Time series.
Really? In this perspective?
This
Obviously,
one.
it's his last one.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's too soon? Okay. Yeah.
Are you
Because
going
it
to
just
say
happened.
it when we get there? Or are
Sure.
you just going to say it now?
No, I'm not going to say it now.
Oh.
Why spoil it?
Okay. All right. Well, Eben Hopwell is in a circle that Daigen is leading.
Who is like
And
the weakest Aes
He
Sedai.
kind of has a cute relationship with her.
Yeah.
Like, he's like, I could grow to love her. And he can feel the affection through the bond. And it's, like, kind of sweet.
Yeah.
And then we run into Halima.
Mm-hmm.
And let me tell you, at first I didn't know who this was.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah,
okay,
trying to, because I was running through all the Forsaken in my mind about who this might be with the black hair.
Yes.
And the big boobs.
There it
and
is, yeah.
should have been like, oh, duh, Halima. But, like, I forgot Halima existed.
For sure.
Yeah.
That's,
And I
again,
thought, I was thinking maybe Masana. and I'm
recognizable lines. Like, think about that.
thinking, yeah, I was thinking about, who's the other? Semarog?
Yep.
Those are the two who, like, are missing in action.
Yeah.
And I was like, ooh, maybe this is somebody I haven't met really or been really told the description of before.
But back to my point, when you encounter a stranger during a battle in the random spooky haunted woods that's miles from any civilization, they're a bad guy.
Yeah.
Especially when she opens with, oh, I think my horse is missing or something.
No,
I
no,
don't know.
it's I'm lost. Also, there was a horse. The horse is no longer. So I'm lost. There was a horse. Horse isn't here, and I'm lost. And you're like,
And he's, suspicious. Who could this be, random traveler?
Who doesn't have a cloak in the
No.
middle of winter?
No.
No.
in a
No.
dress.
Yeah. Boobs out.
Yeah, boobs out, middle of nowhere, no horse.
Yeah. Well,
Like,
horse
why
messed
even throw
around
that
and
in?
went
Yeah,
off.
exactly.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Anyway,
terrible. Okay.
There's a very interesting exchange where Eben realizes that she's holding Saidin.
Yeah.
And Halima recognizes that Eben recognizes it.
Yeah.
And is confused and startled.
Well, the Ashaman thing is new to a lot of people.
Uh-huh.
Possibly.
Yeah. And then
The
he
most-
tackles her.
The most famous line is, "She's holding Saidin." Oh yeah, so many times. Like
That's good.
I've heard that.
Now,
Oh man.
enter my brain.
Yeah.
In the middle of this chapter, I didn't recognize there was anything wrong with that.
Yeah.
And it was like, she's holding, like, she's going to channel at us.
Yeah.
Because you can't.
Because that's, no, I get it. I understand. On the, like, I've read it 4 times now. I get it now.
You see, there's two halves of the power.
I understand.
So it's a dome.
Imagine,
Yeah.
imagine the flattened cube of the
Yeah.
power.
No,
There's a jalopy.
No, no. Oh my god. No. Oh my god, no. No. So, my first read through, I thought it was just like, oh my god, this isn't some weird traveler.
Yeah.
This is someone who's going to attack us with the power. And none of the logistic shit
Sure.
occurred to me.
Yeah.
Because I was just like excited and reading.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I didn't recognize who this was until my second read.
Okay.
And I went,
Oh, it's Halima.
of fucking course.
Because the Aes Sedai wouldn't know she's holding the power because
Yes.
it's Saidin, not Saidar.
Yes.
And he was the only one who could recognize it, so he shouts,
And
she's
he's-
holding Saidin.
Yes.
Which shouldn't be able to be possible because, that
yeah,
stuff.
and then
but
he
tackles her.
Yeah.
And then I guess there's a fight, but we'll never know because
Yeah.
that perspective ends.
And Halima probably at best thinks he's a warder.
Yeah.
Because it's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
she would never think of they don't know about the connection between like Ashaman and Aes Sedai yet.
No.
Yeah.
Everyone acts kind of like you'd expect, except for the fact that Brett has pointed out multiple times. You meet a stranger in the spooky forest.
That Shadow Logoth is
React
so far
accordingly.
away from anywhere.
Yeah.
There's no one random out here.
No.
No.
Like, that doesn't happen, guys.
But even like Halima deciding not to just kill everyone before they see her is
Yeah.
also like it's like everyone's done that reaction on the other side of things as well.
I
Like,
will say, but Demandred also did have the thought, like, I'm not going to attack them because if I use the power, then my location is going to get exposed and I
yeah.
might get one of those, like, fireballs or
Fireballs.
whatever.
Yeah.
So I can understand not channeling immediately. And also, Sindane, Lanfear, does the exact same thing with Olivia in a half a second here.
Yes.
But why not immediately? If you know that you're going into a conflict point anyway, is she going to try and knife them all first?
No.
Yes.
Are you saying that, like, the group,
No, like when Halima's hiding
who,
behind
by
a
the
tree.
way, was Team Blue,
Team Blue.
in case
okay.
you didn't know,
Right.
Group 3
Yeah.
was Team Blue, and they have 3 Aes Sedai and Eben Hopwell,
Yeah.
and they still were ambushed by this, like, oh, who's this traveler?
Yeah.
No, right away we're attacking.
We
We're
should be.
attacking the
Yeah,
traveler.
We should be
And-
attacking immediately.
But the Traveler, who is one of the most evil people in the world, top 12,
Yeah.
deciding to have a conversation before just attacking from behind the tree is also kind of strange to me. It's like, why reveal yourself and then ambush
Oh,
as opposed to,
hello, I'm
yeah.
a weird traveler.
Yeah.
I don't, maybe to find out information or
What?
Do I talk my way past this?
Yeah.
who's to
I don't
say?
know.
Who's to say?
Is that
It was
maybe
certainly
maybe they're all trying to
interesting.
get like brought to the middle
Maybe.
or something,
it was
right?
certainly
Yeah.
interesting.
Basically, capture the flag is what's happening here.
Yeah.
Trying to get as close as possible.
Yeah, they're trying to get to the flag. I get it. That makes
Okay.
more sense.
Okay, so we're gonna leave this perspective and hop on over to a different one because we're gonna.
We're gonna hop well over to the.
Son of a.
I couldn't let
You're
it
gonna
go.
hop well over. Is that what you
Yeah.
said?
Yeah.
That's so
he
bad.
dies.
Okay,
Yeah.
well,
Okay.
okay. Well, it's perspective 13 with Sindane.
Am I doing it still?
Sure, go for it. That's what we want.
Do we?
You started it.
That's true. I have made my bed. Perspective switch.
Nice. That's what we're doing. So we're in Sindane. Sindane. That's where we are.
Yeah, Cindy.
Cindy. That's lovely. So we get, this is big on my card here, Olivia versus Sindane face off,
Yeah,
which
that's-
is great because Olivia is so powerful.
the
The
issue
dream.
is Lanfear is still really good at like doing stuff. So just brute strength isn't gonna beat Lanfear.
No.
We've seen that against Rand too. It's just
Yeah.
like it's not good enough.
Yeah. Now we get a very interesting point here, which made me not hate this chapter because I was starting to feel serious hate and feel angry.
Sure, yeah.
Because I don't like being wrong. You know, I can admit when I'm wrong once in a while, but when I'm so wrong about
A
a
lot
lot
things.
of very
Yeah,
important things
yeah.
I never wanted to be wrong about,
Yeah.
this was the turnaround for me.
Okay.
This was excellent. Excellent. So, Lanfear thinks about how Olivia is stronger than she was before the Aelfin and the Eelfin held her.
Yes.
Mic drop. Here we go. Take a look over at the prediction board. We have that Moraine and Lanfear didn't die going through the doorway.
Okay.
Yeah,
Here
I
we
will have to
go.
accept that.
So is this
What?
left, right, or right,
Lanfear
wrong?
didn't die going through the doorway.
Yeah.
We have no confirmation on Moraine.
Yeah, fuck we do.
Where is she?
Shut up.
I didn't see her at the end of this book, which
yeah.
you said was
Well,
going to happen by the end of book
That's
9.
also on the prediction board, but we'll talk about it in a
Where
minute.
is she?
We'll talk about it in a minute. She's also out. We just don't know where. That's what this leads to. That's what makes me, I'm sure.
Okay.
Yeah. You got another prediction you
Yeah.
can bump over right now, probably,
Yeah, but
too.
okay. But okay, Lanfear is in a new body who we should refer to as Sindane.
Yeah.
Dark One wants it that way.
I know. Okay, so this warrants some discussion.
Okay.
I will say. So the Aelfin and the Eelfin together somehow
Yeah.
Team
held
up.
her, which means she went through the doorway of the which one?
It was the one that was from Meridian, so that was the foxes, so that was the
Eelfin. Yes. Okay. So she went through that doorway, and I guess somehow the worlds are connected,
It seems that way,
and
yeah.
she was held there, and probably at some point rescued by the Dark One, or like let go and then captured.
There's some question marks there.
Quite a few question marks. Yeah.
She was held. She wasn't killed by them. She wasn't killed by them.
It explicitly doesn't say killed.
Not
It says I was
immediately, at
held
least.
by
And
them.
she got through the doorway, which is what the prediction was.
True.
To be held by them.
True.
Like, yeah, it melted. They couldn't get back through
The
it.
issue is that the only thing we know that can put a soul into a new body, Lanfear into a new body being Sindane, is the Dark One. We don't know that anyone, if hypothetically Moiraine was there and is killed, could be brought back in any way, shape, or form. Is that what you're getting at?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
No.
Clarify.
Well...
You said she's back.
Yeah, she is.
How?
Well, I told you already, it's the Tower of Genji. Duh, idiot. Even I know that.
Just go through it. Let your long hair down.
Yeah. Well, I immediately believed that when they went through the doorway, Lanfear and Moiraine were separated. Because when Matt, Moiraine, and Rand were in the same doorway together at the same time, they did not interact. They didn't see each other at all.
For sure.
And so that's what I assume happened.
Okay.
Somehow.
Yeah.
Fair.
Yeah.
Or they're together, they get separated, whatever.
Yeah.
And then held, and then they escape.
Okay.
Or they get let go somehow.
Okay.
And then the Dark One's super pissed at Lanfear for literally everything she's ever done.
Last chance.
And she gets her last chance.
Yeah.
To come back.
I like it.
And then Moiraine is wandering around in like the Mountains of Mist, trying to get back to everybody.
The heck am I even? You
Yeah.
you don't even know where you are. It's terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know.
You know what?
I don't know. They didn't die though.
They didn't die,
They
yeah.
died going through the doorway. It wasn't immediate death. The other thing I was thinking about is right before Moiraine tackles Lanfear, I bet she releases Lan's bond. And
okay.
You know?
That doesn't quite
Because she
jive.
thinks she's about to die, so she thinks that if he doesn't feel me die and he immediately is switched over to Morel, then and she does it.
The issue is that Lan has the suicidal thought and tendencies of a warder who had their bond severed because of the death of an Aes Sedai, and we don't know that that's the same as a released warder.
Yeah.
There is a little bit of a hole in that.
I know, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Like maybe I was like, oh, maybe she immediately, before she went through.
It just doesn't quite jive based on Lan's reactions and feelings. So
I don't know enough about that.
Yeah, we don't.
For me,
wait, we don't know enough about Lan's feelings.
For me, this is confirmation that Moiraine is clearly still alive. So that's a win,
and
that made me
10.
be like, "This is coming up, Danny."
So not book 9.
You can give yourself a couple of other wins
Things
right
are
away.
coming up Millhouse for me.
Okay,
So,
when is Moiraine coming back? It's not book 9.
It's not book 9.
Put that in the wrong column.
I was gonna wait till the end. Gonna make me do it now.
This is the time.
She's not dead, but she's not here.
She ain't here.
She didn't return book 9, which
There's
is
no
annoying.
epilogue.
But
there is a Forsaken battle that ended book 9.
Most certainly a Forsaken battle. There's also one more there.
I will say that.
Well, we haven't got there yet.
Next one.
There will be Dark Friend Ashaman.
100,000% we have that confirmed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We confirmed that a while ago.
Yeah, exactly.
But I wanted to write it down and put it in the right list.
Yes.
Okay. There you go.
I wanted more on that
Give yourself
side.
more points. I get it.
Yeah. So there we are. That's what we have.
Yeah. We had a Asherman who was the darkest of friends.
Forsaken. So now with this Olivia and Sindane face-off, is there anything you want to note?
Yes.
Just about the unraveling of the web?
Yeah, there's a couple,
Okay.
because not only does Nynaeve's Terangriel set that Olivia is borrowing, she's borrowing it, it's not hers. Nynaeve wants it back. She has the body armor, but apparently she has a replica of Matt's Terangriel that dissolves weaves when they touch you. Because Sindane tries to attack Olivia with weaves, and then they unravel, and she doesn't do anything. But then Sindane's like, oh, that must be a Terangriel that unraveled my web when it touched her.
What I thought that was, so you know how Avienda had that skill?
Mm-hmm.
I thought maybe Damane are also taught that skill.
To unravel.
And they're so good at it.
But that's your own gateway. That's what you're talking about? Unraveling a gateway. But this is an attack that Lanfear is launching
I know,
at
but
you.
of course that's what a Damane would learn.
Yeah. Okay.
Maybe.
Okay, maybe.
Because the word unravel obviously made me think of the Avienda thing.
But also we had Moradin looking and watching the unraveling of a weave, being like, that's not even something we did in the Age of Legends.
No, I know that.
So, I mean...
What does that have to do with anything? Clearly...
Well, Sindain doesn't know what the heck's going on.
Exactly.
Yeah, okay.
But that reminds
fair
me
point.
of Demandred being like, oh, he must have a terrain girl that senses where men are.
Yeah, yeah.
But that's, like, slightly wrong.
Good point.
And this
good
is
point.
from her perspective. That's what she thinks this must be. But maybe Olivia just has a skill to unravel weaves really quickly.
Also, I have a Princess Bride reference
Okay.
because Sindain also thinks, oh, she's stronger than me before I was captured by the Elfin Eofound. That's impossible. But it's like, why is that impossible when I fear that someone's stronger than you? That's
it's impossible.
It's not written that no one can be stronger than Lanfear.
It's inconceivable. Is
Yeah.
that your reference?
Exactly.
That word doesn't mean what you think it means.
Yeah.
I do not think that word means what you think it means.
I would
Okay.
offer you a rope down, but
Yeah. Okay, so they're fighting.
yeah, they are. They're in
Obviously, her
battle.
body armor, though, we learn later, didn't protect her arm.
Body armor is physical. Getting stabbed. She gets her arm like burned off almost.
With the power.
Probably. I don't think Lanfear's going up there with a magical
blowtorch.
flaming sword. Yeah.
Not magical. It would have to be a blowtorch.
Blowtorch.
Yeah.
Flamethrower.
This will
Yeah.
be like the duel of the ages, though. Here,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah. Okay.
There's no description for a crazy battle.
Yeah.
So
I wish, though, if
Off
there was a
screen.
crazy battle to, like, witness, it would be this one.
give me this
Yeah.
one. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
great.
All right, that perspective is going to end. We're going to...
perspective switch.
That's right. Perspective number 14, Mogedion. So she's here. She doesn't want to be.
Yeah. Kind of like
She's
Osengar.
just going to stay the F out of the way. And she wouldn't mind if Sindain or Grandel died.
Yeah.
So that's her thought process here.
Well, she's doing what she does best, which is lurk in the shadows.
Yeah. So she notes that battles are being fought everywhere. So we have this sort of passage of time and we sort of get what's going on.
Yeah.
We also get that there's a blackened, flat dome over Rand and it's growing higher.
Yeah. Yep.
So I'm just going to go ahead and take everybody's word
Now-
for it that this is a thing that is happening.
So just like the technicality part, the flattened dome of blackness that's growing, that is happening over Shadow Logoth, because that's where all the taint is being channeled into. And Rand is just outside of Shadow Logoth.
So it's not over Rand
It's not
and
over
the
top of Rand, it's like
hilltop.
over Shadow Logoth, because there's going to be like a friggin' atomic bomb that
there
goes
is.
off there.
Yeah, okay.
Yep. He just
Okay.
also has a dome over him, but it's not
It's the
black and
shield.
getting
It's the
bigger.
shield,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's the shield.
Yeah.
Okay, different domes.
Slightly different, just
Got it.
That was a
technicalities.
very
Okay.
efficient
Yeah.
shape, apparently.
That's fine. Okay. So Mogedion is going to watch from the shadows and survive.
There
and
we go.
then we're going to switch on over and have a
Perspective switch.
over to Rand, perspective 15.
Just doing bad.
Screaming in his head.
Not only
the
him.
taint is moving. Everything is terrible.
It's not just Rand who's screaming. Luce Theron's also screaming. Everybody's screaming.
Yeah. Except he's also still sitting there like a statue.
Yeah.
Right.
Everyone in Rand's head is screaming.
Yeah.
Rand
also,
screams,
at some
Luce Theron
point,
screams.
I don't think we talked about it. I think it was the first Rand perspective. He visualized another face. Or
Yes,
the
he
same
did.
face, but he saw it again.
Yeah.
But we still don't know what that is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not exactly.
No, I don't know what that is.
Okay.
Yeah.
right.
Maybe I should, but I don't. Anyway,
Yeah,
things
that's
are
fine.
bad for Rand. Thanks for checking in.
Taking in all the taint.
Yeah.
Bring it all in, boy.
Okay,
Come on, here we
and
go.
now it's time for a...
Perspective switch.
That's right. Perspective number 16. Cad Swain.
Rand's doing bad.
Yeah.
Nynaeve's doing worse.
Came in. How is Rand doing? He's in agony. It's way later in the day, and the attacks are dwindling.
Yeah.
But the rising, dead black dome
Yep.
is still there.
Over 1,000 feet high
Oh, shit.
over Shadow Logoth.
Yeah.
It's crazy big.
That's, yeah, where all the taint's going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Put that over there.
Yeah. And then get rid of it.
Then blow it up.
They'll cancel each other out.
Maybe.
That's
or
the
maybe,
entire premise
That's the plan.
of this.
and maybe it'll mushroom cloud and destroy the world.
Maybe.
Yep.
Good thing it doesn't. So, Nynaeve is doing terribly, and Cadsuane heals her physical exhaustion.
Yeah. Now, that is interesting, because we do know that, like, Rand is the most powerful person ever.
Uh-huh.
He's a dragon.
Yep.
And Nynaeve has to take in what Rand is pulling through her but she does have the buffer. And Katsune has the thought of like, oh, technically she won't burn out / die because she's channeling too much, but she might die from physical exhaustion of channeling this much.
Because it's literally been all day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that would also be bad.
Yeah. It absolutely would be bad. You're right.
Yeah. I think we can all agree that if Nynaeve dies...
The cool part, though, I will mention that Nynaeve is channeling more of the power than the entire White Tower, every Aes Sedai with every Angreal and Sat-Angreal they have. Everyone combined, Nynaeve is currently sucking in more of that.
Right.
That's a lot.
It's tons.
It's a lot. Mm-hmm. People are going to notice.
Oh, for sure. People are noticing. That's how all the Forsaken are here.
Yeah, and like immediately.
Because they noticed.
Yeah, that was part of their game plan, if
was.
you recall.
And Rand knew that too, though.
Yeah, and
so
Morgan...
that's why I think that this whole protection plan wasn't thought of 30 seconds before this started by Cadsuane. I have to imagine that there was some discussion. Although, no, because
he had to tell Cadsuane everything?
Because he was like, hey, everyone, I'm about to go cleanse the taint. And they were like,
Nynaeve,
what?
Nynaeve and Rand were the tree, and Olivia were the 4 people who were going to cleanse.
Okay, so
and
that was bad.
I'm
glad Cadsuane was here to help.
She knows what's up.
To basically do it.
Yeah.
In most ways.
Yeah. Okay. End of that perspective.
Yeah, that's it.
That was quick.
Here we go.
Perspective switch.
Into POV 17. Osingar. Back to this guy.
He's doing great.
It's
he's gonna do it.
It's Deshiva. Okay, so
it's Deshiva. It's Agenor.
It's giving like Benny from the Mummy vibes for me.
I don't
it's like,
know.
You're on the wrong side of the river.
Yeah, exactly.
Love that movie.
Oh, okay.
It's great. Okay.
So things are calmer than they were before, and now he's sneaking around and definitely not being suspicious. He sees Narishma and Group 1, Team Orange.
Yeah. He can see the hilltop right now that Rand is on.
Right. So he sees Narishma holding Kalendor, which is glowing.
Yeah.
And he sees a woman's head resting on his knee. So that'll be Maurice.
Yep.
And then he also sees another woman kneeling over a different woman. And that's clearly Cadsuane and Nynaeve next to Rand.
Yeah.
So that was just the scene we saw.
And then Elsa is like patrolling.
That's right. So we get that he thinks no Forsaken has ever had an Angreal.
Yeah.
And we know that's wrong because we know at least Grendel has her ring.
Yeah.
Right? So he's just wrong about his thoughts.
Doesn't make a lot of sense.
No.
Yeah. Samael had a storehouse. Like, he found a bunch of stuff, too. So, hypothetically.
Yeah,
that's true.
He would be, he's going to go into the category of uninformed, I think, at this point. Yeah.
He's not doing good. Yeah, to be fair, he came out first. He got immediately killed. He got brought back. And I put into a shitty, like, beat to Shiva, Rand's apprentice.
Yeah.
Like, he's not in a great situation.
Well, guess what's going to happen, though, Brett? He's about to destroy Althor and be named Nameless.
Because he's going to then take Kalendor off of Narishma's body.
Yeah.
And then he'll have Kalendor. And then Moradin will even bow to him because he'll be so powerful.
That's right. So, he's about
Flawless
to
plan.
weave Balefire because he's going to be the hero.
Who would have thought he could be the hero?
Yeah.
Not me.
Nobody, man.
Nobody.
Not him.
That's right.
Yeah, yep.
Okay. So, that's it. That's the perspective.
He's
Here we
winding
go.
up. He's winding up Balefire.
Yeah. Here we go.
Perspective switch.
Perspective 18. Elza.
Yep. Back
Lovely.
to the reveal.
Yep. Oh, the Black Aja reveal.
Yeah, this is
That's
the one where
okay.
this is when we find out that she is.
We
in
learn
fact, Black
we
Aja.
learn where the crazy energy comes.
Yeah, okay. So, Elza sees Deshiva / Osingar
/ Agenor.
/ Agenor.
She doesn't know that part, though.
Nope, but we get an explanation of her realization about protecting Rand for the last battle.
Yeah.
And that's where we sort of learn.
It came to her when she was captive in the Aiel tents, and then suddenly she happened to realize how important it was that Rand survives.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there aren't many sticky notes left.
There's not, but there's one
of
important
them
one.
is Varen using compulsion to have Aes Sedai protect Rand for the last battle.
Yeah, totally.
I called that.
Yeah.
That's a right. That's
100%.
a right.
Varen is a
I'm
champ.
really glad that all of these I'm rights came after that I was wrong. Like, if the
It's
reveal
true.
for
That's fair.
Demandred came at the end, it would have left a terrible... I would have been so angry.
Good point.
But at least I had these other perspectives to, like, soften the blow.
Yeah, yeah. And,
So-
like, slow round of applause to Varen for, like, making this happen. This is critical because
This
Elsa,
is a literal Black Aja who's attacking Forsaken today to
protect Rand from cleansing Sidene. It's crazy.
She thinks to herself, I fought Chosen today. Surely the Great Lord will understand.
Yeah, he'll get it.
No,
Probably
man.
not.
No,
probably not.
He's not known for being
You'd
understanding.
be like, you know what, Elsa? It's cool.
Yeah.
You did the right thing today.
Your
It's
heart
like-
was in the right place.
Yeah.
You're right. Rand does have to cleanse the taint to fight me in the last battle.
You know how hard he worked to put that taint there?
so hard. I
So
did.
hard.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
really did. He
How
did
much-
that.
How much of my taint was it?
Oh no. No. Oh no. Anyway, at this point, she's seen Deshiva, and she uses the power of Kalendor to weave something balefire-like
It just seems
to
like
flatten
it's just
Deshiva.
fire.
It's just fire.
It seems like it's not Balefire has a
but I
very
really
specific.
need more Forsaken to be dead via
But here's the thing.
balefire.
Do you
Fair.
think that the Dark One is double bringing back Osengar?
Yeah.
Is he gonna get a do-over again
Yeah,
for the most mediocre
probably.
of the
maybe.
Forsaken?
Maybe
Yeah.
mind trapped.
But
Maybe
even
when he brings them all back now, they're all going to be mind trapped so we can actually keep a handle on them.
if he was mind trapped in a body that was 12
Yeah.
feet tall and could channel twice as much, he still would be incapable of having success today.
I would just
He
look.
is
I would
so
just try and
bad.
get new. I would get new people. I would hire
Yeah.
new people.
Yeah.
I'd be like, you know what? We tried.
Yeah.
I'm gonna move on.
This is the guy you keep at home base.
You know what? I'll give you a severance package.
Anyway, flattens.
Yeah.
Flattens Deshiva.
Oh, friggin-
Flattens the whole world.
The power of Kalendor to blow up one hill.
Yeah.
That's
Chorus
That's
skating
Deshiva setting
fire.
out. So, like, see ya, Deshiva slash Osengar
Yeah. Okay.
slash
Yep.
Agenor. Get out of here.
What are you doing? I didn't care about you in Eye of the World. I
Yeah.
don't care about you in Book 9. Come
yeah,
on.
honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's nice crossing 3 names off your list, though.
Yeah, that's for sure. Okay, jump out of that perspective.
Perspective switch.
Nice. Point of view number 19. Mogideon. Back to this chick. She's still here. And everything's kind of quiet and it seems like the battle is over. However, we get an explanation about the Great Black Dome.
Yeah. It's big.
And
It's bigger. It's the biggest.
yeah, so it's like a bunch of miles high above the ground, surrounded by shadow. And then all of a sudden, as she's just like watching, it starts shooting up black flames from the dome.
Yeah.
And then the dome collapses in on itself and then shoots wind everywhere.
So basically, because RJ had like a physics explanation for this.
Yeah.
I'm not someone who's known for my physics.
No, we
But
know.
the way I think of that is the big giant ball of darkness collapses in on itself, and then you have like a high pressure versus low pressure system where all the wind rushes in to where the collapsed nothingness is now. So the wind basically gets sucked in. So
Why didn't everyone else get blown away like Mogideon did?
they're not blown away; they're sucked inwards.
Mogideon literally got blown away.
She sucked towards it.
How come nobody else was?
They have a shield. They have the like.
Does that matter?
Possibly.
You'd
It's a
assume
pressure
the dome
difference,
is
like
protective against like physical
Yeah.
force as
It's
well.
just like a pressure difference. Like,
Right.
are you thinking Mogideon is gonna die from this? Like,
No, but I
Okay.
really like imagining her flying away like an ant.
Yeah.
Like if I go to a bunch of ants,
yeah.
you know, I think that's
Okay.
she's like,
Mm-hmm.
whoa, like
Yeah.
in the,
Sure.
it's like really.
And the ants are okay. They're like, scatter. It's fine.
Can I say one more thing about the dome?
Yeah,
Okay. So
sure, why not? Who
right?
cares?
So the dome that they are filling up with the taint is the dome that was already established to keep the darkness that was in Shatter Logoth within Shatter Logoth. So Bran didn't build the dome. The dome was there. They siphoned the taint into the dome around Shatter Logoth that was keeping that grossness in there. And then once they filled it up...
into the interior, there was clearly like a force field.
Because we know that it couldn't leave.
Yes.
So then it got filled up to the point where there was so much force in it that the two darknesses finally imploded.
Like implode on itself.
Like a black hole type idea, I guess.
Yeah,
okay.
it works. It works.
You know what? That's easier for me to wrap my head around a little bit.
Because I was...
None of it actually matters. Rand did a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
Blew up Shadow Logoth, and now the taint's gone.
Yeah.
Well,
taint's gone. Shadow Logoth is gone.
I was struggling with it a little bit as well because I was like, why is it filling up a dome? But the reality is, the dome was already there. That's why he came here, and he knows that dome is already able to contain the evil.
Yeah.
That is the level of within Shadow Logoth, so it should be able to contain this other evil as well. Was the theory?
I guess. Okay.
And then the evils ended up working inside, and then it's all cool.
Yeah.
There we go.
Because otherwise, the evil would just have spilled out of the source and just gone everywhere.
Problem solved, guys. We did it. Let's go home. We did it.
Yeah.
Good job. All right. Congratulations.
Figured it out. So it's a jalopy.
So what I'm saying is Rand is sucking on a hose right now.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, we're wrapping up. We're wrapping up a little bit because that perspective's over and it's time that we...
Perspective switch.
Point of view number 20, Cadsuane.
Here we go.
Here we go. So, the female Choedan call...
Yep.
Did I get it? Did I do it? Did I say it?
4 for 4.
Is all... It's all broken and melty.
Yeah.
And the... What?
It's a lumpy pile of garbage. Yeah. Cadsuane is littering. She's throwing her garbage on the floor.
Yeah.
Now, the male one is whole, and Cadsuane took it. She secured it.
She's keeping it safe for later.
Along with Kalendor, too.
She's keeping it safe for later.
She's taking everyone's toys.
She's keeping it safe for later.
Okay. Sure. Well, also, Shadow Logoth is gone. That place is G-O-N-E. So gone. And that place is so gone. Yeah. And we're like, woohoo, Red did it, probably.
Yeah, we did.
We still don't actually have confirmation yet,
well,
but it feels like he did. You know,
no
point, can I say, at no point was I like, oh, this isn't gonna work.
Yeah.
Ever.
That's fair.
I was never worried that this was gonna actually backfire.
I'm pretty sure, because the wheel weaves and ages come and go, so at some point, hypothetically, if there was a taint, it would have to be removed so the wheel can turn around again to a cleansed sighting in Saidar so that it can be tainted again in the future, right? Like
that sounds terrible.
That's the way the wheel works.
I don't like that. Mm-mm.
You know?
Yeah.
No.
It's cool.
Cleansed forever.
Yeah.
There we go.
No more wheels.
So that it can never be.
You know, we should
We're going to break the wheel.
Yeah.
And we're going to rename
That's the dark one talking.
In my name.
Yeah. Ooh. Okay.
We're going to make the world in my name.
Okay.
That's what I'm going to do, except it'll be good.
Yeah.
I'm going to have lots of carnivals. It won't be so scary.
I'm going to balefire you first.
Yeah. You don't like a carnival?
You're the first to go. No, I don't want
What do you want, carnival. A water park or something?
Okay.
Trying to think of some play on words for your name plus Ishmael or Baalzamon. It's nope, but just
Danny.
can't get there.
I'm famous, okay?
Yeah.
Danielle Zaman.
Yeah. That's okay. That's pretty good. All right. Anyway, Lan comes in, and it was oh, right.
Oh, yeah.
Lan.
Well, the warders are,
The warders were spread out even further, I guess.
Scouting and stuff. They're doing some things.
Okay, well, he comes in, and his horse is limping. So, what was happening?
He had a big day. We don't know.
No clue.
Turns out he didn't. He just, tripped on it,
Well, and he might still be sore.
Yeah.
But he was healed.
He
was.
No, Lan.
Oh, okay.
Mandarb's...
We got at the beginning, we actually never talked about it, that Lan had a big fall.
It's they got healed.
And they got healed.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Right, magic exists and magical healing exists. It's fine.
Yeah, but anyways, he runs to Nynaeve, and then on my card
it's like a giant fake out, though.
Where was that guy?
Katsune did a thing where she like tucked Rand and Nini's bodies up to the chin in a blanket.
She
And
cleaned
then
up
Lance sees her and he's like, oh my god. He's like, waits till he gets up and cradles her. And it's like,
Yeah.
she's fine.
She cleaned up the toys and she tucked the children in.
Oh man, the unconscious children.
So Rand and Nynaeve are laying down unconscious, and we also learn that Rand's wounds are unchanged.
Which is not great because, hypothetically, they should be maybe... Because, like, you destroyed Shire Logoth and the Taint.
At least I wonder how Fane is going to take
There
this.
you go. I was wondering if you're going to get there.
He's still nuts. Like, even if
Well, I
Mordeth
mean...
is gone. But Mordeth left, right?
Got a piece of it in the
It's not like
dagger.
it's just like everything's gone.
The dagger still
No.
exists, though.
Yeah, I know. I'm aware.
Yeah.
Well, we don't know if this did anything to the dagger.
No, we don't.
Stuff to think about and probably never find out. So the wounds are unchanged, which is fine, I guess, for now. Because what else?
It's not
can you
fine.
do?
It's not fine, Danny. They're killing Rand.
Yeah, but there's no way.
Bad.
What he did. How was that actually supposed to just like whoop? Oh,
He
it's
was
gone.
close. You put the wound. You put it towards Shadow
Yeah,
Logoth.
not quite.
Okay.
That's not quite. Anyway, Damer Flynn is healing everyone who's hurt, and then we got a list of who's dead.
Okay,
This is the dead card.
here we go.
So Kumira was killed by Grandel.
Yeah, in the
that
Varen circle that was not
because
very effective.
Varen was bad.
Not good at fighting.
Are
you surprised that Varen's not great at the
No, I'm
one-on-one
surprised
combat?
Varen's not dead, honestly.
That's fair.
Fair,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
But of course, so when all of this started, I was like, okay, who's dying?
Yeah.
And, I was doing that thing where I was like, somebody better die for this to be realistic for me.
Yeah.
In this fantasy series, I'm upset that things aren't more realistic.
You know what the problem is?
So-
You stop learning people's names after like book 4. So it's just if it's not the original people who don't die,
Well, who the hell is Kumira? Who cares?
you should know that.
Yeah, but like,
You should know Hopwell too. He's
I
done
do,
a lot
I do know that one.
Okay.
So Eben Hopwell
Yeah.
killed by Halima
Yeah.
in that attack, obviously.
Yeah. Sacrificed
traveling
himself to
side
save everyone else.
Sounds that way.
It's big. It's an important line in
And
the
then
series.
I just
Yeah.
want to point out before you're finished with the dead people too, like Flynn heals and he does weird things with his fingers while he heals.
Yeah.
So we get this whole like he's got more of a physical like movement element to the way that he heals, which is kind of fun and interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Fun and interesting. You're
To
right.
me.
Yeah. And Katswin is annoyed. She's like, 2 of ours dead for barely any of theirs.
Not worth it. And also the problem is that she doesn't actually necessarily
No,
believe.
she says some singed Forsaken and 1 dead renegade Ashaman.
Yeah, but it's like, guys, come on.
The renegade Ashaman is a Forsaken.
You don't
Yes.
even know. You don't even know who he is.
And the
Yeah.
singed Forsaken. So are we led to believe that in the fighting they all fled and none of we had a huge Forsaken battle
yeah.
and they all ran away
So none of the
and only one stupid
Forsaken aren't
Dashiva
exactly
died?
like fight until the death. Like,
No,
that's
they
not
are-
the kind of people they are.
Yeah.
They're like fight until I might lose and then I'm gonna run away.
Yeah.
That's kind of their style.
Yeah.
Clearly.
Demon Dread is the mighty tactician. So
He was the
ran,
guy who was like, I
he ran
shouldn't be
first.
fighting.
Yeah.
I'm a general. I don't need
Yeah.
to fight this battle.
Yeah.
That's not what I should do.
Yeah, and we don't
Yeah.
know where Mulgadian ended up.
Mulgadian literally sat on a hill and
No,
watched.
but she got sucked and
Missana
blown
didn't
away.
even show up.
Missana didn't show Yeah.
There's things.
And we don't really know what happened with Lanfear. We guess that she ran away.
She got Olivia good. And
She
then...
got Olivia's arm singed.
didn't kill her though. But
Yeah.
like,
I really
you know,
love
didn't
Olivia's
win.
reaction to the channeling.
Yeah.
Or to the healing.
Yeah.
Because she's like, oh my god, healing! It's like, that's something they never
Smart.
taught in Damani school.
No,
Yeah.
they just die.
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of the same opinion of like the Terrans that are with Matt, where they don't necessarily want to be healed because that means being touched. And the White Cloak, like you don't want to be touched with the power because like ooh, gross. You know?
But like to heal other Damani who
Yeah.
have potentially been hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like they came from a continent where like Damani weren't really at risk of anything.
Yeah,
right?
that's
So
fair.
That's probably more of it. Where
And
it's
it's like if you're dying, it's because you've been exploded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's not like there's
not a
like
whole lot to heal.
not
Yeah.
flesh wounds here. We're
Yeah.
talking about.
Yeah. Okay, well, that's where we're at, and this is from Katswing's perspective, so we're not really sure if others.
Well, we also have Narishma saying it's clean.
Yes.
So, like, hey, it seems like Rand just cleansed
And
Saidin.
Flynn said the same thing, but Katswing is skeptical.
Yeah, because she's like, oh, how are we going to verify this? It's like, I don't know.
How can they be sure?
Yeah. Well, we've seen, like, linking with the men, you can sense the taint.
Yeah.
So...
And they're like, well, we don't know. We don't know anything about Saidin, and it's scary, and is crazy, and has Heidi pockets. And it could be...
What if we didn't get it all? What if there's a little bit left?
What if we didn't get it anywhere, and you open your trench coat, and there's pockets inside?
There's more inside the jacket. Yeah.
Never know.
You don't know.
Anyway, that's actually basically the end.
Except for...
There is a narrator perspective.
Do it. That's 21.
That is. It is POV 21. Does it count as a...
It does, yeah, technically.
Perspective switch.
Nailed it. That was exactly how I do it every
better.
time.
I'm glad that she did the last one. It was good.
It's a fun accent you threw on there, too.
I was trying to sound like you.
I have an accent.
Alright, so the narrator says, night falls and everyone is gone. Shatter Logoth is gone. Open to give the world hope. This is my paraphrasing, by the way. It's not actually what it is.
That's almost word for word.
I mean, it's a little bit, the actual saying is a little bit worse.
Gone.
Well, because they're like, Shadow Logoth is a crater, and the time of illusions is at an end.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's what I have. On Tremalking, word spreads that the time of illusions is at an end. And then it says, the end of the 9th book of the Wheel of Time.
We did it, guys.
That was it. But take a look. There's one more sticky.
Yeah.
That we need to put over in the correct column.
You get points.
It's the taint will be cleansed.
You
ding,
did it.
Ding, 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 ding.
Yeah.
Stick that right on there.
Assuming it worked properly and it's all good.
Yeah.
It certainly feels that way.
Yeah.
It won't just grow back.
Probably not. Who's to say, really? But, yeah. Lots of predictions unfolding.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Now, we are going to do a Book 9 recap.
Yeah, we are.
Summary, so we can talk about...
That would be great. That would be lots of fun. Those are always really fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just want to say that, Danny, I think this is my favorite, or if not my favorite, my top 2 favorite chapters in the entire series.
Wow.
This one has lived in my head since I read it the first time.
I really do like it. For me, it was more personal because of my predictions and everything that we're doing and going through. And so it hit a lot of points for me that I really love reading. And it certainly bumped this book up in the ratings for sure. It was a great roller coaster. I loved it and hated it at the same time in a great way.
Yeah.
But
we have never had this many Forsaken in one room. We have never had this much channeling in one time. And the final results...
This many perspective changes.
Zip
zap.
This
Zip
level
zap
of battle.
and bamfing all over the place.
Crazy.
Yeah. Ashaman and Aes Sedai teaming up.
Yeah.
And
in kind of a healthy way.
Yeah, not bad, right? Or forced, it seems like.
Yeah.
And then the big thing for me when I read it the first time too is that I didn't necessarily think that this was actually going to happen.
Right.
I thought once you defeat the Dark One, the taint would be gone. And there wasn't this prophecy that said, "Oh, he'll cleanse the taint," right? It wasn't something he had to do.
That's just something that he's like, I hate this.
Yes.
I'm gonna fix it.
This is a problem, and I want to leave something more behind. It's the schools, right?
He does mention that in his perspective, and we didn't talk about that, but he says to the Aes Sedai, hey, do you want all the Ashaman that have been training at the
500 of
do you want them all running wild and crazy? We
Yes.
gotta fix this.
Yeah.
Why has no one thought about this?
Yeah. No, that's for sure. For sure.
Yeah. I when I reread this again before coming to be with you, I was like, I remember beat by beat so much of this still.
Yeah.
And it's been a while since I read it, but it's
No, it's great. It's great. Thanks for being here.
Yeah, happy to be here.
Lots of fun.
Yeah.
Bottles of whiskey. We're going to go eat some ice cream cake.
Sounds good.
Why not, hey?
We deserve it.
We do deserve it.
Half.
We have to deserve it.
We have to deserve it. Yeah. Okay, this was fun. And... because we're finishing book 9 of the Wheel of Time, I'm going to say that this is part of the pattern now.
Yeah, it's part of the pattern.
Part of the pattern.
All right, that'll do it for us tonight. But thanks so much for listening, everyone. The Wheel Weaves is hosted by Danny and Brett, edited by Danny, produced by Danny and Brett with Passion Socks, Cody Felt, Moltude, Benjamin, Michelle O'Brien, Jonathan Reese, Jamie Young, Megan Smiley, Marta Thier, Margaret, Charlie Haz, Hannah Green, Lance Barden, Elspeth Ahola, Jared Berg, and Adam, with music by Audionautics. Be sure to check out our Patreon page if you're interested in supporting us and the podcast. We'd love to send you some Patreon exclusive merchandise as a thank you. Plus, you'll gain access to our episodes earlier than everyone else. And at the time of this recording, we have over 40 bonus episodes for your listening pleasure. You can find all that and more at patreon.com/thewheelweavespodcast. For general information about our show and information like how to send us shot glasses, how to join our Discord, and how to get in touch with us, visit thewheelweavespodcast.com. Plus, find us on social media on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at The Wheel Weaves Podcast. And as always, be sure to give us a 5-star review because it really does make a huge difference in helping other people find us. And be sure to tell a friend, Riyadh, because referrals really are the best compliment. Thanks again for listening. This really is part of the pattern now.